Well, we finally made it. Welcome to the Hard Rock Show, everyone. There's a lot of preamble into tonight's show, which will make sense whenever it gets released. But anyway, we've got a lot to get through. As always, I'm Andrew. I've been joined by the regular crew here. So Jeff beside me on the screen, Belle in the opposite corner, and Dave, who swapped over earlier on to the underneath corner there as well. So thank you guys for jumping in. And thank you for all of us for getting a lot of work done this week, because it was looking a bit shaky there for a little while, but we got there in the end. So apologies for everyone running a bit late. We had a few technical difficulties yet again. It wouldn't be a pre-show thing for us behind the scenes if there wasn't something going on. And every single week we find something new behind the scenes. One day I made a joke earlier on that I'm going to make a supercut of all the technical difficulties we've had over the duration, and it'll go for hours. So we'll get to that.
Much swearing.
Yes, it won't be safe for work. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, we have people here with us, which is good to see you all. So we have Man Family here saying good day. Good to see you as always. And for once, the two Michaels aren't the first two commenters. So we have Michael here saying hey, Darren saying evening guys from Whittlesea. Good to see you.
Hey, buddy.
And Man Family say Oils beat Icehouse 8 days a week. Well, that's coming up later on. That is the main event later on tonight. That's the battle. Around that though, we've got Jeff has the backyard banger this week, which is Sister Switchblade. Don't try this at home. We're going to go through albums from September 1985. Dave is going to play a game with us this week. I've got the Global Groove, which is Volbeat, God of Angels Trust. And as was just prefaced there, we have the album battle this week, which is the King of the Riff All Australian Edition. This is round 4. Icehouse Man of Colours versus Midnight Oil 10-1. There are reference tracks for everything in the description box. We'll share them in the chat as we go through things here tonight, but just in case you're watching later on, hit the description box for anything there. As always, Jody says hello to everyone out there as well.
Hi, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
When you're leaving comments in the chat, folks, make sure you give us some sort of reference point, because we do tend to delay reading comments until there's sort of certain breaks in the show. Alrighty, I have a question of the day, like always, and that is, what live show has been your favorite so far this year? So what live show has been your favorite so far this year? Jolie says, hi all, and Jody, so good to see you, Jolie, as well. And let's see, more in the comments. Michael C is finally here saying, good evening, everyone. And he's saying, hey, all, good to see you too, Kat. Michael, hi, Jody. Reference, that's your wife. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for the hot tip on that one. I appreciate the reminder.
Have you met?
So, yeah, if I ever forgot that, I'd probably not. There'd be a sudden end to everything that I do.
Hi, honey, who are you?
Aries, yeah.
Get out of my house.
Oh no, that's going to go well for me. Let's not play that game. All right, thank you for the reference, Michael. I appreciate it.
Play the strangers game.
Let's get into the show. Hey?
No, just being silly.
Okay, well, because that's for something different. But anyway, that's all of us anyway, all the time. All righty, let's get into the Hot Rocks part of the show. So we go through the new songs that are there. So if you're paying attention to our Spotify profile, you'll see that there's Tastemakers and Hot Rocks playlists. So the new songs that went into Tastemakers this week were Black Veil Bride's Hallelujah, Cassidy Paris Stronger, Chasing Demons, Some Kind of Madness, Lena Scissorhands with Believe, Mammoth with The Spell, Precious Mess with Measurement of Mischief, The Warning, Sharks Live, Wednesday 13, Rotting Away, The Vendettas, Settle Down, and The Vintage Caravan with Philosopher. Very cool little playlist there. That will change over tomorrow, so if you want to check out anything of that last minute, then get around that now. But time to go through the 10-1, which is not to do with Midnight Oil yet. It's to do with just how we go through things on the show here. So ones that didn't quite make it into the final top 10 this week was Stardust with RIP. So Bell put that one forward, didn't quite make it. Took with Fighters, didn't quite get there. And Carnival Drone dropped out just this week. It was there, but it just dropped out. That means that coming in number 10 was President with Fearless, as put forward by Vinny. Number 9 is Nesta with In the Name of Rock and Roll, which is number 9 in its 9th week. I think last week was 8th in its 8th week, so it's still hanging on. Number 8, Burning Witches, High Priestess of the Night. Crown came in number 7 with their song Timing Is Right. Number 6 was Rage with Freedom. Number 5, Suicide with their latest Instinct, which brings us now to the top 4, which is all new songs this week. So we're going to go through and give our little thoughts on those ones. So, Jeff, get ready because you're up first this week. So link in the comments and description box now. This is Fading Now with Eclipse. This is the 5th release of 2025 from this resurgent Melbourne band that we've had a lot of love for recently, clearly not only by us, but also by those that are voting over in Patreon. It seems, as always, to be the case with this group that whenever they put forward something, they go really damn well, and are probably up there as one of the most prolific bands in our weekly charts across the whole year so far.
Yeah.
Kat put this one forward. It made it to number 4 pretty much straight away, and it ended up being given to Jeff. So take it away.
Well, look, what's to say? These guys are really good. As I said, we've touched on them many times, and they've got a unique sound. This particular song, Eclipse, it starts out, you've got this almost haunting sort of melody with his voice, and then of course when it kicks in, it's like there's a lot of power there that really sort of I thought really brings it all together in sort of a homogeneous glue. I quite liked this song. I thought it was well done. I must say it did take me a few listens to really like it, like to get to the point where I'm like, okay, because I think the initial vocals, as I said at the beginning, which were really quite well done. I don't want to sound like I'm coming off as being overcritical. I'm not. But there was something about them that it took me a number of listens to then go, okay, I get it now. Mm-hmm. And so the first listen was a bit shaky for me, and then as it went on, but yeah, I thought it was a great song, great band, and these guys are really good. I like them, and I'm hoping I get a chance to see them at some point. So they're very good. So I'm going to give this 8 shots, and I think that it's well deserved 8 shots.
Okay, cool. Nicer than as always. Let's do the thumbs up, thumbs down, all the usual stuff. Horns up. What are you going to do here, guys? I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. I really fucking enjoyed this one quite a lot, and it seems to be getting love as always all around. So well done to Fading Hour yet again. Kat said Fading Hour were great live. Yes, you did get to the show not too long ago, so I'm glad you enjoyed that one. And Guru's here, Conspiracy Guru, saying greetings, rockers.
Hey!
Good to see you as well over there on Twitch. So thanks for jumping into this one here. Alrighty, Bell. Oh, hang on, I got more comment here. Vinny's here. Here we go. Evening, gang. Let's have a good, clean stream tonight. Not. I've had to say, I'm glad you put the not in there because Vinny, as soon as you're here, it's all over. You should have seen earlier on. Alrighty, we got the gang here, so let's get stuck into it. The next one now is Bell's assignment. This is the Raven Age with Hangman. Comments, description, you know what to do. This is the latest single from the British band, and it comes out as a way to celebrate the band's 10th anniversary. About this one, guitarist George Harris had to say, Hangman is a song I'm really looking forward to playing live. It's heavy, but groovy and open. It's a super fun one to jam. To be honest, I wrote the riff when I should have been practicing. I had a metronome going with the intention of working on some scales and other bullshit, but I ended up grooving to this, along to this riff all afternoon, and the rest of the song followed. Way more productive, if you ask me. Now, if that name Harris rings a bell, it should because George is the son of Iron Maiden bassist Steve Harris, and if you like this, they have 3 albums under their belt. Kat put this one forward. We have a 2 for one thing this week, so she had the last song, so number 4 with Fading Hour. She got to number 3 with this one as well with the Raven Age. So well done, Bell, for a back-to-back. Anyway, took number 3 spot. Bell, it was assigned to you, so over to you.
Well done, Kat, for the back-to-back. But, well done, Belle, for doing this review.
Pat yourself in the back a little bit. Yeah.
I will.
Did you use ChatGPT for that one?
No, because you said, well done, Belle, for that back-to-back.
Oh, did I?
Kat.
Sorry.
I'm shit staring you, Andrew.
Good. Please
anyway,
do.
It doesn't work if you don't realize, does it?
No, not really. Sorry. But that's okay. You made your point very clear. I'll pay more attention to what I'm doing next time around.
Yes, I did. I really drew your attention to it. I'll get on with the review though. I really like this. Actually, I didn't know when I first heard this that it was with the Raven Age have son of, Harris. But not that really matters, but it's no. It's kind of cool to see that, the talent is passed down. But yeah, I think that's a cool story too, how he wrote the riff when he was supposed to be practicing scales. Absolutely, it was a good use of time.
Definitely more productive.
He needs to practice scales. Fucking hell, if the talent on display here is anything to go by, he's he's awesome.
Yep.
But anyway, I thought it had the perfect balance of melody and bite in this one. Love the guitar sound, fuzzy, organic, and beefy as well. Lots of rhythm and groove, just all the way through. I thought the rhythm guitar in this really stood out, although there was a cool solo in it. Is he the lead guitarist? Did he do that solo in it, or is it the other guitarist? Because there are two.
I'm not entirely certain, to be honest.
Anyone knows?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, whoever did the solo, it was very nice. Stand up for me though was the vocals. I really enjoyed the vocals in this. Like the singer's got a great voice and he's got some versatility. He's got a bit of grit, but he can go clean, as he sort of demonstrated when that sort of quieter bit came along. And also the harmonies in this track were really good as well. They just made good use of standalone melody and harmonies. It was cool. Like everything about it was fucking great, actually. On my first listen through, like sometimes, like Jeff was saying, it takes you a while to get the song and warm up to it, and like, okay, I actually do like this when you're not sure. Straight away, like as it rolled through, I'm like, wow, this is good. Wow, this is really good. And just as the song went through, I liked it more and more. So lucky me. I love it when that happens, because I always go, like, I get presented every week with a song like, here, Belle, here's a song, review it. And I go in with low expectations, because then I can be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
As was the case here. So, I loved it. I give this 10 shots.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got to see these guys. If anybody saw Maiden in 2016, you would have seen them.
Yeah,
they opened up.
me too.
Yeah.
No, I missed
No,
it.
I didn't get to that one, but that was
fucking cool.
Yeah, they've been on the rise for a while, so it's a cool one. But anyway, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it is. So I really enjoyed this one too. This is a big one.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Fucking great live too.
Great song. Yeah, Dave, I think you put us onto them first time when you did go and see them live. I think you bought the CD, or you tried to buy the CD.
I was going to buy the CD, but it came in a CD T-shirt package, and they wouldn't split it. Right. And it was like $80. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot, because they won the crowd over. Most people didn't know who they were when they came out. But it's one of those times where you see the audience actually get into a band and during their half-hour set. Yeah. And then people were going up to the merch stand after Maiden, and no, they weren't going to pay $80 for the package. They weren't splitting it.
Yeah, well, especially when you probably gone to
Maiden, unknown band type thing. It's hard to dole out that sort of dosh,
You still what you can. Yeah.
Yep. Oh well, we all enjoyed that one. So we're off to a good start so far. Kat said, "Wouldn't be the same without your weekly dose of smart Vinny."
No, it wouldn't.
There you go. No, it wouldn't be the same. Craig's gone. Evening all. A question for Dave and Jeff. How many tickets do you each need? Feel free to message me. Well, I'll let you guys handle that one.
For Darkness, I'm happy with one.
That was the offer from last week there. So
I'm happy with one as well. Actually, no.
Oh, guess what? You know how Darkness are coming to Hobart? They're fucking sold out, and I didn't get tickets.
Oh, shit, really?
That sucks.
Sold out already.
Oh, no.
Well, as it would, yeah.
Finally, a band comes down here that I actually want to see, and I can't see.
Oh, no. I feel so bad.
I'll take two. I'll just tell them right now, I'll take two.
Oh, no. I don't know what to say.
I wouldn't try. Like, I would see them if, they come here, which they are, but I wouldn't. They're not a band that I'm like, oh, my God, I've got to see them. I won't travel.
Is it worth trying to see if we can get a media pass for Belle?
I can try and do something, I guess. Have to reach out to the email contact. I'll see what I can dig up. See if there's anything available. But give it a shot.
You could get the interview. How cool is that?
Yeah. I'll see where I go, Bill. I obviously can't make any promises.
I'm already resigned. Sad, but resigned.
Yeah.
Band comes to Hobart, but they sell out too fucking quick.
I know. Wow.
People will just be like, oh my God, bye. Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Vinny and Kat are going back and forth because Vinny's gone true Cat, although not as edgy as being a gynecologist in 2025. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, Vinny?
Not sure where you're going with that.
I'm not sure, but Craig has gone done. So there you go.
Thank you.
Man.
There you go. So you guys can all
Facebook or something. Yeah,
message each other back and forth. Vinny says, keep an eye on Tixel, Bell. Often there's last minute offers to sell tickets. So there's something to keep an eye on.
Thank you, Kat.
Just in
Tixel.
case. That's from
All
Vinny.
Oh.
Yeah, Vinny actually put something.
I did an Andrew.
You did. Well done. It's not just me today.
it goes around.
We can all fuck up together like always. It's great.
Yeah.
There's your cause, Vinny.
Alrighty. Let's see, because we've got another couple of songs to get through here. So here's the time for number 2, which I'm curious how this one's going to go. This is Babymetal featuring Bloodywood with Con. This is the latest from the quite loved Japanese band, and this time it features Bloodywood out of India. Fitting that as they were on tour together, I think they still are, but they were definitely on tour together at the time of release. This particular track is the 5th single from their upcoming 5th studio album called Metal 4th, which is set for release tomorrow, August the 8th, 2025. This song is one of many collaborations on the album. This was put forward by Michael G, one of our regulars here. It almost got to the top spot, but ended up settling at number 2, was assigned to me. So let's get stuck in here. For me, it's a bit like Bell said before on the last track, where you first spin, you're just like, well, hang on, you're not quite sure what you make of it, and then you listen to it and you formulate your opinion as time moves on. This one, I started off going, hang on, do I like this or I'm not sure? But then as it went on, I became more and more enamored with this one. I think it's a great collaboration, one that shouldn't make sense, but at the same time completely does make sense. It's one of those weird things that just sort of comes around. They really managed to strike a great balance between both of the bands incredibly well. You can hear the fusion wonderfully, and I think it's great. I think the energy is infectious, it's undeniable, and love or hate them, that hook is catchy as all fuck as well. I think it sounds great. The video looks good as well. It was filmed at Madison Square Garden, this video, and it looks like the place was pumping when you go through it. I know there's some selective editing, but there's other crowd shots at the same time the band was playing, so you could see if it's real or not, and it was pretty legit. It's one of those ones where you do go into you see a pairing, you see the titles, and there are bands especially they're different to each other as well, and you go in there going, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get out of this one. But both bands have really combined interestingly well. This song was one of those before has gotten better with each listen, and while I can't understand a fucking word of it, it's just fun. Like, it's a really fun song. It's got great groove. It's got great swing. I think the fusion of the two styles of the bands and their backgrounds is really well anchored, especially in that riff. I think that's a great crossover point between the two bands, and that's where that's the anchor, the touchstone from both, and they sort of branch out from there, but it all works really well together. The way both cultures are sonically represented is really well done, and you can absolutely hear the influence of both bands across this, but it's seamless. I was surprised at how smoothly this was done. All 3 vocalists on this one are really worked into it well. This is actually done enough to make me keen for the album that comes out tomorrow. That's what singles are for, and they hit the brief in that regard. I'm not sure how it's going to go with everyone across the board, because we have had some interesting feedback amongst ourselves when it comes to these two bands, so we'll see what happens. But it's not going to be for everyone, and I fully understand that. But for me, they made this work, and it impressed me. It's metal, it's groovy, it's melodic. Yeah, it's got some different elements to it, but I think the differences make it stand apart, and in a world that's so polluted with the same thing over and over again, and with AI coming into it, this is different and cool, and actually, has some realness to it. Modern, slick, but for me, hard to ignore. I gave it 9 shots. I really enjoyed this one quite a lot. I'm very, very curious as to how it's going to go across the board. So that said, let's rip the bandit off. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Jeff loved it. No, Jeff hated it.
No.
Yeah,
there we go. I liked it.
Just fucking no.
Wow.
Sounds like two cats fucking while their claws are being dragged on a corkboard.
I acknowledge the band is fucking phenomenal. It's the fucking it's the Munchkins singing, and I can't handle. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's just I love most things that come out of Japan. Just not so much their music.
All right, well, let's see what the audience have to say, because we've gotten that one out of the way. I knew it wouldn't go as well. I just had a funny feeling, but there we go. Guru's gone hailing from Legoland. Volbeat gets my vote. Well, we are getting the Volbeat in a little bit later on, so that's coming up. Michael says this is the second collab between Babymetal and Bloodywood. The other collab is Beckhoff, which is on Bloodywood's new release. Okay, I haven't gotten. Oh, it was too. I've listened to the album once, but yeah, I didn't quite pick up on that one. Vinny says there's quite a huge tsunami of bands similar to Babymetal from the region. Definitely high energy that gets the crowd pumping. Vinny's gone thumbs up. Cray's gone 3 thumbs down, and Cat's gone nope. So there we go. Obviously, a more acquired taste. Let's put it that way.
You hate it.
Yeah, there's no middle ground, which is fine. Like that's part of the fun.
Yeah, that's right. It has to polarize. Absolutely.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let's then get to the number 1 song this week and see if it goes any better. This is Jayler with Riverboat Queen. Dave, this is yours. I'll get to you in a second. This is the very latest from the British band that have apparently been kicking up some fuss over on the other side of the world. No news on further releases as yet to come. But about this particular song, the band had this to say. It's meant to feel dangerous and a bit out of control, says frontman James Bartholomew. We didn't want it polished. It had to hit like the records we grew up on, raw, fast, and full of attitude. This, like I said, is the number 1 song this week, was put forward by Jolie. So congrats to Jolie for picking the number 1 song. As such, Dave, take it away.
Yeah, this is cool. Upbeat rock and roll from the school of Led Zeppelin. Very old school vibe in this. I'm sorry, every time I hear the name Bartholomew, it just makes me laugh because, Bart Simpson, Bartholomew, and John Candy's character in Spaceballs. The name is just comedy gold.
Wow. Your brain is scary as fuck.
I know, it's fuck. Try living in my head, dude. Anyway, it's cool to know that young kids are not only finding classic rock bands that they're inspired by, but they enjoy that sound enough to learn how to play, form a band, and write original songs in that vein. Fucking love it. I'm sure there's plenty of grumpy old men who are gatekeeping, claiming this is nothing new. I've met people like that, and they're usually the same people that complain that today's music doesn't sound like it used to. You're never fucking satisfied.
Yeah.
This song has nice chord phrases, lots of space within the playing that gives the drums room to fill things out. Every instrument has a chance to shine, and it's not crowded. It breathes its composition. There's a cool harmonica solo, which was refreshing. I love guitar solos, but just letting the old school harmonica come through, that was cool. Vocals are good, and they fit the style of music. My only gripe is the lyrics. It's nothing that it really grabs me personally. I know that every song has to be about something or have thought-provoking lyrics, but for me, it makes it a more memorable song if it does. But I can just enjoy this as something to switch your mind off and just kick back and enjoy it. The only bad thing about listening to this song over and over during this review is that when this finished, fucking Babymetal came on. That was horrible. So I had to click back. Anyway, I give this 7 out of 10. Cool song.
Nice. All right, cool. Let's do the rounds next one. I got to have a thumbs up. I like this one. It was cool. Like, again, not breaking new ground, but I thought it was very, very cool. Jeff's in the middle ground there, so not as convinced on that one.
Well, for me, look, obviously the influence is obvious, but
Zeppelin,
what about Greta Van Fleet? These guys are just a fucking British version of Greta
That's
Van
what I'm
Fleet.
hoping it doesn't go down that same path. Yeah, I did think of that at the same time.
They are. And I actually put on Greta Van Fleet after listening to it, and it's just fucking identical. The only difference is, I will say, is that Greta Van Fleet, they try to look like the whole 70s vibe. These guys, Jayler, man, he's trying to do the Robert Plant thing. He's dressed up like them.
Definitely.
They're very young, though. They look like fucking 12-year-olds. They will grow and see how they go. They do look like they're fucking 12.
Videos,
see what they're going. Yeah, the
videos. I think that everyone sort of starts out like that and just sort of have to wait and see what the future brings for them. Everyone wears their influences pretty early on.
I wish them nothing but the best, though.
I get
they're good
that.
band. I mean, the music's good. There's no question. But it's like, fuck, do we need another Greta Van Fleet? I don't know.
That didn't take very long. Not that long ago, people were saying Greta Van Fleet are just fucking Zeppelin clones. Now we've got bands saying they're fucking Greta Van Fleet clones.
Exactly. Isn't that just bizarre? It's fucking bizarre because it's like derivative of. It's insane.
Yeah. Oh, well,
used to be a 10-year gap. Now it's only 5.
Well, Vinny's got a good point here. Vinny said, thumbs up, though. I'd be interested to see how long it stays in Hot Rocks. I'm not sure it's got a lot of staying power, but anyway. But thanks on Jayler Music for inspiring the younger generation. That's from Jolie there as well. So they're inspiring future generations to come, I think. Well, we'll see what happens with that one. But no, I thought it was a cool, fun song, but we'll see how they go in their future. Alrighty, time to get over to the news part of the show. There's not a lot of news this week compared to last week. Much quieter news week this week, which is I'm kind of thankful.
Good news is good news, yes.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, especially in the one we've had lately. So just a couple of little tour announcements here this week. First up is Camp Kill Yourself or Seek Why and Kim Dracula What the hell is going on there?
No, you mean Wednesday 13?
No, I don't know what's happened there. Camp Kill Yourself are coming here, and I don't know why my notes have gone all fucking spacing on me. Anyway, CKY, and I forget who they're touring with, are coming out. They're hitting here in January next year, I believe. So Max Watts, Crowbar in Sydney, Crowbar in Brisbane, so 2 venues there. Max Watts, Melbourne. That's in late January, 23, 24, 25. They're coming. They originally were set to tour early this year, I think, along with Alien Ant Farm, but now they've changed it all up and coming back here again. I'll get a note of who they're touring with here in due course. I'll do that in a second. I'll correct that error. But then also, as have just been referenced here, Kim Dracula is playing an Australian tour again, this time with Wednesday 13, believe it or not, as the support act, which would make an interesting. We had one song, I think we covered one song of Kim Dracula over the duration, and it was
really
interesting how that was received. So from Hobart, though, this is an expat or an export for
Actually, it's not playing Hobart.
It's not, is it? No, I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, tickets are on sale now. They're playing, the 2 bands or artists are playing. So you got Kim Dracula on Wednesday 13. They're playing Princess Theatre, Metro in Sydney, Princess Theatre in Brisbane, Northcote Theatre in Melbourne, the Hub in Canberra, the Gov in Adelaide, and the Magnet House in Perth. That's all in November 21 through 29 this year. So that is only a couple of months away. So get around it if you're keen. I think Dave put it his own way in Discord when it was chatted about. It's like, yeah, he can walk out of a Kim Dracula gig because he gets to watch Wednesday 13 and go home.
Yeah, definitely support.
So that's about it. I know there's a comment here. What have I got here? All right, I'll get to that in a second. So then we get over to the new releases. I will go through and check my emails in a second, make sure I get the Camp Kill Yourself support, because there was a couple of bands with that one. Anyway, the releases for tomorrow, there's a few out there. We've got Ashes of Ares, Attack with their Attack 2 album, I think it is. Aversion's Crown, Babymetal with Metal Fourth, which you just discussed. Black Braid are coming out with one. Crypt Sermon, Curbside, Dreamwake, Dropout Kings, Edge of Sanity. Hailstorm have their new album, Everest. That's finally coming out tomorrow as well. We have Live Sin, Lord of the Lost, Malthusian, Nightingale, Sinsanium with In Devastation. We have Sweet with Sweet Fanny Adams Revisited. There's 1,000 Below and UFO with the Misdemeanor Tour Live. That's coming out tomorrow as well. So get around that. Check out some new music as always, and we'll go from there. Back onto the Jayler song there. Craig says, is Jayler made up of Led Zeppelin's grandkids? It's hilarious to watch, but has an old school charm. Just don't listen too hard to the childish lyrics. Love the harmonica solo, has future potential. So we'll see how that was there. 5 shots from Craig on that one. And Michael said, Jayler keeping it alive, love slide guitar, which features on a few of their tracks. 8 shots there. So nicely done all around. I'm going to quickly check my emails. What the hell happened to fucking that? So give me a second here just to quickly. Oh my goodness. So of course, when I try to type something on my phone, it doesn't want to. I hate phone keyboards. They suck. So yes, they're coming here in January. Where's the flyer? Okay, no official support announced. WY things got confused. All right, doesn't matter. We'll see what happens as things move along. Alrighty. We are time to get over to the Backyard Banger segment of the show tonight, which is Sister Switchblade. Don't try this at home. The song is the reference track for everyone is going to be I Smell a Rat. That's what's coming up now. It's time for the Backyard Banger. Jeff, I'll give it to you in a second, but I'm going to do the preamble now while we wait for, I think Dave's coming back in now. I think I heard something there. But anyway, Sister Switchblade with Don't Try This at Home. It's 12 tracks, 38 minutes, third album from the Perth band, released July 2024 independently. From this album, 3 singles have been released in Dead to Me, Electric Angel, and I Smell a Rat. This is led by Andy Smith, who formerly was of Baby Jane from WA as well. We discovered that band years and years and years ago on the show. This album sees a revamped lineup, though, from this band, and it's their first album since 2019. The band was originally founded in 2017 after Baby Jane split up. So for fans of that band and or Cross-Eyed Lover, because Andy's in that band as well, you might find something familiar here. That said, Sister Switchblade are described as a blend of 80s era Sunset Strip meets classic Australian pub rock with a splash of 70s punk. That's from their bio. It's this week's Backyard Banger. Even though it's a 2024 release, this was actually sent in to us by the band. So I figured, seeing as we haven't gone over it yet, we'll actually give preferences to the bands that send their stuff in. So info@thehardrockshow.com is the email address. Send us your releases. Anyway, Jeff, you have the call. So over to you.
Yeah, Yeah. Okay. Sister Switchblade. Don't try this at home. 12 tracks, 38 minutes. And I have to say that 38 minutes just flies by. It goes by very quickly. Now, I had never heard of these guys until fairly recently. I know that you guys have covered them on the show. I'm talked about them at least and whatnot in the past. A little bit anyway, from memory. Is that not the case? You had maybe not. I don't know.
No.
Well, I don't know. I for whatever reason though, like I said, at the end of the day, I hadn't heard of them. So and so I thought maybe you had touched on them. If you did, I couldn't remember.
No, I don't think we have. We've touched on the other bands, Baby Jane and Cross-Eyed Lover, but not Sister Switchblade so much. They haven't got an official video or anything. So it'd be hard pressed to find where we did cover them. But anyway, I might be wrong. But anyway, someone can let us know.
Don't know. Look, fast forward to now anyway, regardless. Here I am. It's my turn. Backyard Banger. So I was really looking forward to actually digging in these guys. Because for whatever reason, I thought that, that it had been touched on. Well, maybe I was just completely imagining it. That's my I'll just keep smoking anyway. Anyway, I was actually really looking forward to digging in and checking these lads out from Perth. So I did. Now, first song, the gloves are off. Now, if ever there was a more apt opening track song title, it's this. Holy shit. This song, it's like a first round knockout. These guys come out swinging and they don't miss. To me, this is fire. Second song, Get Down, Stay Down. It's like in the ring. I'm ducking for cover. This album is 12 songs long. And if the rest of the album is like this, I'm thinking, I'm going to feel like I just went 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. This is powerful rock and roll that just doesn't pussyfoot around. So for me, this was a big wow. Third song, I Smell a Rat, remix. Now, does this mean that it's an older song?
It's just from the singles. All the singles have their remix tag next to it, so they'll probably remix to fit the overall production of the album, I would say.
Well, I didn't know where it came from, but I didn't give a shit because it was like, all I know is that I'm in love with what's coming out of my speakers. The first song, this is the first song, actually, when I was listening to it, that made me recognize there's some influences here. And would I be crazy if I said I could hear some old Saxon, like really old Saxon, and Aerosmith, and if they had a child, it would sound like this song.
Wow.
That's what I got out of it. So that got me thinking. The musical influences on this album are quite strong, and I can hear a lot. Now, does anybody here remember the singer Ron Keel from the 80s band Keel?
Yeah.
Well, Andy Smith is channeling a little bit of him.
Wow.
I don't know if he's intending to, but it's just the way it's coming out. So it said on the bio that I read that he's the guitar player as well. Well, fuck me dead, because there's some fantastic guitar playing on this album.
Yeah.
Some of it made me want to pick up my guitar and jam out. And some of it was so good that I wanted to go burn my guitars. There was some really great stuff and memorable licks. This is like really powerful licks on this album. But in today's oversaturated music world, it's difficult to craft something that makes you want to tap your foot and make you want to get up out of your seat. And this album has a lot of energy. Now, getting back to that guitar playing for a second, there's only really one word that I could think of to describe guitar playing like that's heard in this album, and that's tasteful. It's knowing when to and when to hold back. It's the epitome of tasteful, and this album has got it. Every note, be it bass, guitar, drums, or vocals on here, is spot on. And then there's the song 24 Hours in the Hole. Now, this song actually gave me really old GNR vibes, like Mr. Brownstone meets Night Train. And like they had a baby. And as I said before, this song, this shit is just pure fire for me. I really liked it. There's a touch of sleaze rock here, fueled with hard rock sensibilities and a rawness that just rips you a new one. Not only I think are these songs special, but the mix heard here it's quite really well done. There was some really nice use of panning guitar licks that really gave me goosebumps in my headphones. Like you'd hear something playing on your right, and then you'd hear something playing on your left. You hear playing something in the middle, and it was just very well done. Then comes Like Dominoes. Now this song takes it all for me to another level. And it's just like, holy shit, this song, wow. And then Finger on the Trigger. This song just oozes a style. I don't know what that style is, but I fucking like it. I can hear it. This is, people are going to think I'm fucking on drugs. Maybe I am. But
it's like catnip for Jeff.
Yes. So, the guitar solo in this song, okay, I could hear, believe it or not, and if anybody wants to check this song out, so the song is called Finger on the Trigger, and then I want you to go listen to the guitar solo from The Ultimate Sin with Jakey Lee playing the guitar solo, and you will hear the same fucking guitar solo. I was like, what the fuck? Because as soon as I heard it, I knew it, because I know that song so well. So I was like, wow. And I think I've just got an ear for being able to pick shit like that up. And, it may not be done on purpose. It just, maybe the guy, I would love to know if there's some Aussie Jakey Lee, 1986, The Ultimate Sin album, and if that was maybe rubbed off on him subliminally. I don't know. But there is an influence there, I think. But it's not a bad thing. As I said, this album ticks all the boxes for me. There's a lot of tasty influences here to sink your teeth into. It really is a feast for the senses. Now, don't tell me what to do, and what a way to go. Round out the rockers that are on this album, which designed, in my opinion, for one purpose: to make you become a fan, to make you want to see them live, buy their merch, and buy their albums. And if these songs don't do it, the closing track on the album, which is a fantastic acoustic song of Are You Listening, will. The cover of this album for me says it all. Inside is a thermonuclear warhead. One listen and it's going off. Nice. If ever there was an album that deserved the moniker ear candy, it's this. Don't Try This at Home by Sister Switchblade. Don't Try This at Home is more than just a good album. For me, I think it's something really special, and it's actually setting the bar. So the standout tracks, every last fucking one of them.
Wow.
10 shots, but as far as I'm concerned, it's drinks on the house for the lads for the rest of the night. Done.
Nicely done. Wow. Well, there we go. That's a fair old review. Hopefully everyone liked that one. All righty. Let's do the rounds on this one. Dave, how did you go with this one?
Yeah, I fucking love this. Right from the first song, time I heard it, like, holy shit, this is something really special. You just get what they're about from their first song, and it doesn't disappoint from that point on. There was lots of rhythm, and it's just infectious and catchy. Cool riffs, cool solos, catchy songs with great hooks. I get a bit of a punk vibe, but not the shit side of punk, like the influence that's in Skid Row, because kind of like that. But it's not music that's gonna blow your head off. It's fucking powerful and everything, but you could just sit back and enjoy it. It'd be fucking great and energetic live, but this has commercial appeal all over it, and you should be on fucking radio. This is like old school rock the way it should be. There's like the energy, the songwriting, the playing, it's all there. 24 Hours in the Hole has that cool little bass section in the song, and then there's just creative things like that just bring a song to life. You have that vocals come back in. It's the way the music that I used to listen to when I was growing up, and I miss that. Was people just lost that fucking, I don't know what it is, that it factor, that just ways of making interesting songs. Like Dominoes, they've got that cool clean tone over distorted chords. I fucking love when bands do that. And that gave me a Hey Now Any Rocks vibe.
Oh, yeah.
So, late 70s, going into the 80s, that shift between classic rock to glam rock with that bit of that punk edge coming in, that is right there. So you get that whole Aussie pub vibe, like they said, and the Sunset Strip. What a way to go. You got some funny shit happening in the opening moments of that, and then like the phone call and that old lady at the end saying, "Thank you, get fucked." They got some humor.
That was awesome.
And of course, the closing track that Jeff mentioned with Are You Listening? That's a nice way to close up the album. Gives a different perspective to the band, and just it's a nice closing moment. I give this 9 out of 10. I would have given them 10, but you got no info on your Spotify bio, and that shits me. Yeah. You made a fucking fantastic impression. I wanted to know more about your band, but you just... I don't know why bands shoot themselves in the foot. You've got to fucking self-promote. It's not... Just type some shit up. How many people in the band? Where you're from? What are your influences? Simple. Yep. But 9 out of 10. Gloves are off. Smell a rat. 24 Hours in the Hole. And tell me what to do on my standouts. I fucking loved it.
Cool. Well, 2 down, 2 to go. Belle, over to you.
Oh, yeah, I just feel like I'm going to parrot everything these guys have just said. I fucking loved it. got right into this. It was cool. Definitely some talent on display here, both songwriting and performances. Stylistically, it was comfortably familiar, but it didn't sound to me derivative of any one band in particular. It was just like this melting pot of all the good things and put out something kind of fresh and enjoyable. No standout songs for me. They were all consistently good. And oh my God, what Dave was just saying then, I've literally written, I score it 9 shots. I would have given it 10 shots, but they get a point off for no bio on Spotify.
There's a trend, folks. We're seeing a trend. Yeah.
If you're listening, guys.
I wanted to know more. I wanted to know more. Yep. I don't know where they're from. I might have not caught if you sort of, sorry, I was setting up a digital account. Now that I know that I might be able to get tickets. So where are they from? Sorry.
Perth. Yeah. If you go to Bandcamp, you can read all about them, which I did. But
WA. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Loved it.
Yep. Nice. All right. Don't know how much more I can add, but I'll do a little bit here. When sometimes you read a band bio, sometimes they're fucking way off, and you sit there and go, "What? Hang on, that doesn't make any sense." This is bang on. The way they're described is exactly what they are. This is straight up old school rock done really fucking well. It's got a bit of roughness around the edges, but that actually works in its favor. The energy is infectious. It's got that raw sort of live vibe to it, and it just feels like a party waiting to happen when you spin this album. I think the flow is fantastic. One track slides into the next really easily. It's not a long album, but it flies by, like Jeff said. But they all manage to stand apart. Each track does. I've got to give some props to the riffs and the lead work on this one. I know the guitar work's been mentioned, but it's fucking great. It's been backed up by a killer rhythm section across this one too. I think the vocals are perfect for the style. It's got that sort of chant along delivery at times too, which sort of pulls it all together. And the hooks across the board are really, really strong for this one as a listen. It's not overly polished, which I think is a good thing in this case. It sits in that sweet spot between grit and shine. I love the old school panning that's been mentioned as well, and how things like the leads, the tambourines, and even the cowbell get their moment across this one too. You can really feel the space and depth in the mixing as they've gone through this one too. They've also got more than one gear, which I think is really important on this one. Tracks like Dead to Me slow it down and lean into the groove nicely. There's even a slash vibe in the solos here and there. Like 24 hours in the hole feels like a spiritual successor to You Could Mine in some respects. It's just got a big stomp, big attitude kind of feel to it. I really did enjoy that. And I like the bass and the drums got their spotlight on this one as well. It's not just a guitar show or whatever else have you. There's little spoken intros have been mentioned there as well, like on like Dominoes. That keeps things fresh, and that track in particular, the hook on that is fucking killer. Even though they mention a bit of punk in their bio, it's cool that you guys picked up on more than I did. I think it's more of a seasoning than a feature in my mind. This is all like really based in the blues, hard rock, grit kind of feel. It feels like a smoky club gig with a cold beer in hand, nothing groundbreaking, but done with conviction and class. I've got a shout out to the closing acoustic track has been mentioned before as well. Are You Listening? It's originally a Baby Jane tune. So for those that are long time followers of Andy or us even possibly too, that song has been kicking around for a while. And this version, I think it lands and it closes the album really nicely. The piano addition to that one was a great touch. And it shows there's more depth than you might expect when you listen to how we're talking about this album, this band. It makes me curious as to how they would go doing a full acoustic set, because that one song shows that they've got more than enough chops to do just that.
Yeah, definitely.
We might be a bit late on the piece. This one was released in 2024. The band sent it to us this year, but better late than never, and definitely better. Like, this is great. This is... As it's described, Sunset Street meets Aussie rock. As Belle said, it's all the best bits distilled into one little band. This is a whole lot of fun. This is seriously worth your time. I gave this one 8 shots. I picked The Gloves Are Off, I Smell a Rat, and Finger on the Trigger as my standouts, but there is no dud tracks on this one. It's well and truly worth checking out, people. So get around it. Like I said, there's reference for everyone to go and check out, so go for it. Let's see what the audience have to say. Michael said, Sister Switchblade sounds awesome. Great riffs. Love the vocalist. 9 shots from Michael. What do we got here? Craig's gone. The lyrics in this one make Jayler sound like seasoned professionals. Okay, here we go. Love the riffs. Vocals are crap. Got a mid-80s vibe. Sorry. We'll give the album a listen before final judgment. Yeah, on the one song. Don't listen to one song. But I got a Striper Soldiers era from the riffs on this one. Okay, interesting thoughts from Craig. Not as glowing as the rest of us, but we'll see. Vinny says 7 shots. I think I'll continue to grow on me with more listens. That's possible as well. Craig agrees. Agreed, Vinny. Just listen to it again and it's gone up 1 shot already. So there we go. It's one of those ones that even if it doesn't grab you, give it a few goes. It'll go for it. But Michael's going to the defense here. Seriously, don't just listen to the reference track. The album is awesome. So there we go.
Yes.
So there we go. And Vinny says definitely lends itself to mature ears with its rhythm, almost rode back to what we grew up to.
Yeah.
Michael says mature. Vinny, wheel me out onto the porch and mash my bananas. Okay, Michael, you might have comment of the night earlier. I think that's fucking fantastic there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's a great one, Michael. Well done. But everyone, like has been said, make sure we give you a reference track just as a taste. And those aren't always the be all and end all. So make sure you listen to the whole album, especially for the backup banger, because we do love supporting the Aussie artists. So get around it. Vinny says, just had another shot, still 7 shots. Have 7 more, Vinny, and see how you go then. All righty. Next up, next week, I've got the backyard banger, and it's the Jimmy C with Refreshing. Not a band we've covered at all before, so don't get it confused. We have not touched on that artist either, so we'll see how that one goes next week. The Jimmy C. I'll update all the playlists tomorrow night, so yeah, get around it. Time now to move over to Fretboard Feud. And Jolie, you just snuck in with your votes. I'm going to tell you now, because if you were any later than that, it was not going to happen. So Vinny's gone. I'm confused now. That's okay. So are all of us.
At least I just so everyone knows, I like to do the vote tallies around about 7. So anytime after 7, I'm not going to count them.
There you go.
Very
You've
cool.
got it from the horses or from Bell's mouth there, not the horse, like you know what I mean. You got it direct from the source there, so get on
I
it.
did
get in there.
I did count them this week though, Jolie.
Just.
So you know,
It was, it was funny because Bell sent me through the report, and then I've gone and done my notes, and then Jolie, sorry, finished later, work later. It's okay, Jolie. She's going to finish work later. I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, it does get a bit sort of, it was very tight.
I had
So
to change everything. And
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. We worked it out, though. We get there in the end. We always find a way. But a big thank you, as always, to Belle for her work behind the scenes on putting those things together and putting up with my nonsense in the process. So I do appreciate it all, as always. Alrighty, so this is where we go through and pick albums from the year that was 85. We're going through month by month. We did August last week. We're going to do September in a second, but we've got to recap the results of last week. So before we went to last week's votes, the score at that point in time was Bell was out in front on 270. Jeff was on 255. I was 240. Dave on 215. And Jolly's gone, thanks, Bell, as well. So you're getting more love in the comments there.
All good, mate. All good.
Yeah. Then, so that was where we were then. So it was tightened up. After, like, last week brought things more into like a closer battle again. This week hasn't done much to separate the pack, so we'll see what happens here, because last week I chose Dio Sacred Heart. Jeff chose Ingve Malmsteen Marching Out. Dave took Stormtroopers of Death with Speak English or Die, and Bell took Striper Soldiers Under Command. That made things a little interesting in that regard, because Dave and Bell both split 25 points apiece. It was Jolie that actually was a tiebreaker between Jeff and myself after that. So Jeff got 40 points for Marching Out, and I got the extra 10 points for Sacred Heart with Dio. So Jolie saved my bacon there. It got me 5 more points, so thank you for that.
I should have said
7 o'clock, man.
Yeah, now everyone's going 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Anyway, Jolie's laughing at that one. So this tightens things up. Dave is on 240, which is not that far away. We've still got a few months to go, but it means that Bell, Jeff, and myself are all tied on 295 points apiece. So it's very much tightened things up there. So it's going to make things interesting. And Dave has the first pick next week, though he goes last this week. But that said, September's a pretty good month. September is a pretty good month. Bell has first call because she went last week. So over to you, Belle. Which album are you taking off the list first for September 85?
This is a pretty easy, going first, I guess it's a pretty easy month, a pretty easy pick for me. there was really only one that stood out. There's probably a lot of good stuff on there. I just haven't heard it. There's one that's sort of obvious, but I'm not going to pick it because I think it's shit. So I'm going to go for... I'm going to pick Gary Moore, Run for Cover.
Fuck,
it is good.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's what I was going to go with first. Yeah, Bell took my first. Good choice. Very good choice. There are some good ones. There are some interesting choices. Now, okay, now I've got a choice. Am I playing for keeps or am I playing for... Because there's some interesting choices here. I'm really curious how it's going to play out. But I was going to go Gary Moore. But if I can't get Gary Moore, I may as well go with an easy choice and see what happens here. I'll take Kiss Asylum off the board. Just go.
Fuck!
I'll take that one. We're playing the game.
It's kind of obvious. It's kind of the name itself.
No. Apart from Creatures of the Night, that's the best fucking album they released in the 80s. So good. Fuck.
So we'll see how it goes. I would have gone Gary Moore first, though. Genuinely, that was my first choice out of the lot. Jeff, 2 down, 2 to go. Where are you at? What are you going to take?
Well, as it happens, my album that I wanted, I was like, please don't let me take it because it's my favorite album on this list.
Oh.
And it's still there, so I'm taking it. And that is Saxon, Innocence is No Excuse.
Oh, nice.
Love that fucking album. It's one of my favorite albums from them.
Nice. That was on my short list. So, yeah, that was definitely on my short list. So, Dave, you get to go first next week, but this time around, which one are you taking? There's one you might want to...
Yeah, obviously. It's pretty obvious. You know I like this guitar player. But yeah, I can't have Kiss, so fuck it. I'm going Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul of Soul. Great fucking album.
Yeah, that is
great
a good
guitar
album.
player.
Yep. Definitely a good album. So even though it's a consolation prize, not the end of the world as a consolation prize as that thing's going. That's a pretty good list. So just to recap here, we have Bell took Gary Moore, Run for Cover. I took Kiss Asylum. Jeff has Saxon, Innocence is No Excuse. And Dave has Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul. So that is the collection we've taken. We'll have a poll on this online. So make sure you follow us on YouTube to get around that, or TikTok. We put them on those 2 platforms. Or follow us along in Discord or Patreon. You'll get a notification when those things go up live as well. That's that. Let's do it here. Jolie the Hatchet saying she's pissed after 7 to count votes. She's too pissed. No, we're not there yet. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Jolie caused. I'm laughing and didn't say anything about Belle and her vino. Oh my god. So no, she's not talking about your wine. The wine. Jolie caused the rift in voting and pissed off the bean counter. I call that a 7-10 split. Oh my god, Vinny. Jeez. Craig's gone, great choice, Bell. Run for Cover is my favorite of his. Brilliant album. There we go. And Adrian, good to see you. He's gone, great choice, Andrew. Kiss Asylum rocks. It is. I like it, so we'll see what happens with that one. All right, that'll be a poll coming up, obviously, over the coming days. Like I was saying, follow along with that. Remember, for all of us here on the show, we do get a wildcard option where if we have a month where nothing appeals to us, we can go back through previous lists and see if there's anything left that we want to take from that instead. But December is pretty lean, so we may want to hold off until then for that. Now, it's always great timing because Dave's gone for a walk because we want Dave to play a game, right? That's the next part of the show, so we're going to see how that goes. That's, let's see how this one works out. Just for the record here, Jeff, next week you'll be playing the game, so just have that in the back of your head there.
Yep. I'll remember. I've got an idea for it too.
Cool. But Dave, you're back just in time because
I am.
Do you want to play a game?
Yeah, I do. I want to play a game.
Okay. What game do you want to play?
I'm actually a bit fucking nervous, but I'll do this. It's good. Okay, because I'm doing Guess the Riff as always.
Yep.
And last time I did the whole A to Z type thing, and we did the first half of 13 riffs, A to M. And I was going to do N to Z.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like playing or really listening to anything at the moment that isn't Ozzy Osbourne related. So this is a tribute to Ozzy. We're doing an Ozzy special.
Nice.
Guess the Riff, Ozzy Osbourne version.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Is this including Sabbath or just solo Ozzy?
Yep.
Yep. I guess that's everything.
That's as clear as mud. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, Dave, this is not a reflection on your playing, but I probably won't be putting my wands up because I don't really know any of this.
Believe me, some of these you'll know. They're going to be ridiculously easy.
I'll just enjoy the show.
Okay. Either way, we'll get there in the end. But
I might get one.
Okay.
You might get one. We'll see what happens. But I've got the notes ready to go. So let's see how we go with this one.
All right. So same as always. Horns up, and Andrew can keep track.
Yep.
We're good.
Joel's gone. Let it rip, Zach. So there we go. Okay, Jeff.
The ultimate sin.
You got it.
There we go. A funny feeling how this was going to play out tonight.
Okay.
Two mega fans here that are going to blitz me on this one. But anyway, that's number one down. How many have you got, Dave?
Can we do 13?
Yeah, we can do 13. It's fitting.
Sure.
Okay. It's a good fucking number.
Yep. I know it. It's just not coming to my head right now. Fucking hell.
Yeah, me too.
I hate that.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay.
Is it Crazy Babies?
No.
Okay.
No. Should we come back to that one?
Yeah, come back to it. That's number 2. We'll come back to number 2.
Okay.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Jeff.
Iron Madman.
Yep. That was that one. For those guessing in the comments, you can guess away, but I'm not going to tell who got what right. So we'll see how we go with that one. But Jeff is, I know which way he's going to play out, but Jeff's in front now. So anyway, number 4, I think. But anyway, let's see how we keep going.
Surprised you didn't get number 2, man.
I know, I can hear it. I just can't. Yeah.
For some reason,
Anyway.
I got this stupid song in my head and I couldn't get it out. Then,
If you didn't get number 2, you're probably not going to get this one. There might be a hint there.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
Wow.
Wow.
Can we tell if it's solo or Sabbath?
It's solo.
Yeah. I know it's solo. So that was song number 4, wasn't it? That was number 4?
Yes, that was number 4.
All right, cool. Let's come back to it. Let's circle back. Let's just.
Tell you
2
what,
and
there's
4.
a fucking album both of you need to listen to a bit more. Okay.
We got to get
Moving on.
Okay, Jeff. Yep.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Yep. Well done, Jeff. No doubt that one at all.
Those other 2 songs are on the same album.
Yeah, I figured as much.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
Yep.
number 6.
Miracle Man.
Here we go. All right. Cool. Oh, changing it over.
All right.
Yep. Standard tuning.
Yep. Can I go for this one?
Yeah.
Fuck the moon.
Fuck yeah.
Hey,
And
I
it
got
is a
one.
full moon tonight.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
suck
nice.
at these games. For everyone playing along at home, I do genuinely suck at these games. That's why I have more fun putting them together than playing them. Anyway, Jeff is still way out in front. Let's see how we go with the next one. Let's see if I can catch up.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, weren't you? I just suck. Okay, let's do that again.
Oh, Mel.
This. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
Go on.
I know this
Don't know.
one. Oh, wait.
It's shot in the dark.
Yes.
Yes,
There
it
you
is.
go. Bell,
is
go on.
Bell.
Bell's on the
Yes.
board.
Yes.
Nice.
Nicely
There you go,
done.
Bell. I'm glad
I
you got that.
fucking love that song. So
I
good.
think it's the only Ozzy Osbourne song I know.
Well, at least you
Don't
got
know
it.
to be honest.
That's the main
Come
thing.
I got
on.
it.
You must know
I-
Crazy Train.
Up to that point, it was his
Oh,
highest
yeah, I know
charting
Crazy
song.
Train.
At that point, it went number
Yeah,
3
it
on
was
the charts.
massive. Yeah, absolutely. All righty.
That's actually a really weird tuning. It's all tuned down, but the top 2 strings are tuned up. Look at Jakey leave his cleverness. Anyway, that's one.
Number 9, though, isn't it? Oh. I'm gonna put my hand up. Oh, no,
Oh, no,
just up in
you
front.
got it.
But I'm gonna go. Is it War Pigs?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
okay, now we're in the
Hey.
Sabbath stuff. All right, yeah.
Got that one. Got another one. I'm not a complete dunce. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay, Jeff.
Electric Funeral.
Mhm.
Yep. Here we go. Hey, I know this one. Go Iron Man.
I'll let you have
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I'll take that one. Hey. All righty.
Hey, 2 more.
Yep.
Come on, everyone get ready.
Yep. All right, Jeff.
How fucking
Crazy
quick was that?
Train.
Yeah,
Yes.
It is.
All
Right
right.
there.
Oh,
How could I
Cool.
get that? All right.
Yep. Great Randy Rhodes. Oh, okay. Jeff just beat me. Yep.
Black Sabbath.
Yep. Nicely done. There we go. All right. Well, we're playing for the fun of it now because I think we're going to circle back, aren't we, Dave?
Yeah, we got 2 more.
2 more to go. All right.
Well, I'm out of the first one because but the second one, I get a shot
Yeah.
at.
So 2 and 4 are the ones we're gonna
2 and 4.
play with. Yep.
Fuck. Fucking hardest riff to play. I learned this week. Fucking Zach Wild and his cleverness. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I got fuck Wagner right now. Do you want me to tell
I know
everybody?
it.
I know what it is.
Yeah. Well, you can
Would
take.
you like
I
some
know it,
Sweeties,
but I
little
can't get it.
girl?
So Jeff, you
Come
may
a
have to take it
little
for a go.
closer. It's Mr. Tinker Train.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
No.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay. Play it again.
It's not.
I know.
I
know
swear the
riff,
lyrics
really.
are, would you like some Sweeties, little girl? Would you come a little
Nothing
closer?
has changed. Nothing's the same. Burning like fire. Don't you ever
Oh.
take my name in vain.
It's the
Same
desire.
Same
old
old desire. Yeah.
desire.
There we go. I'll claim it.
Fuck yeah,
I'll
okay.
take it.
All right. Hey, Yeah,
Yes.
you're gonna have to.
Oh, I'll take that
All right.
one. That's fine.
Yeah, it's yours. What's the score? What's the score?
Oh, Jeff, you've won. Don't worry. There's only
Well,
one
I
more to
don't
go.
care about winning, but what's the score?
One more.
One
one
more, then
more.
I'll give you the score, Jeff.
All
One
right.
more. Let's finish it up. Same album.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know. I don't want to change the world.
I know.
You guys
Everyone's
suck.
going to
Is it I don't want to change the world? What is
No,
No.
fuck. That's
All right,
albums,
Dave,
fucking proof, not just singles. Sin.
Sin. There you go.
S-I-N. Won't be coming home.
I'll give one to
My
Dave.
favorite
Dave
fucking
Peters Hall.
Aussie songs. You
There
guys
you
suck.
go.
Dave,
We
you
do
put one
suck.
in your own game.
We
I
do
haven't
suck.
heard it. Give me a break.
Oh, well,
I've
Bell,
listened
you
to
got
that
one.
a million times,
I have
but yeah,
no idea.
not in a long
Bell
time.
got one.
To be honest.
I got 4.
one.
Jeff got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Jeff, you got 7 out of 13. So you've done very, very well there. And you got the other ones correct. It was just 2 we missed out on there. So that's it.
Yep.
It's a bit of fun here. So
That's all fun, but very competitive people.
Yeah, you had to win that one. I knew which one I was going to play out from the beginning, but well done, Dave.
Well,
that was a really cool
look behind
theme.
me.
So I enjoyed that one. I know there are people like Bell that aren't the biggest fan of Aussie's solo work, for example, but at least it was well put together. And
it was well done, Dave.
Yeah.
Well played. I fucking love Aussie.
Yeah.
He is some of the best guitar players in the world, and learning their music is fucking amazing.
Yep. No, well done and very fitting. So I do genuinely appreciate the effort you went to that one. So that was very cool, very nicely done. I did see a bunch of comments, but I'm going to quickly go through. Andrew said, "Evening all, my first time joining you guys. I'm loving it. I'm glad to see you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not soft like fitting. Thanks for jumping in and saying hi. It's good to see you, and I'm glad you're enjoying the show tonight." Andrew's going through and guessing. There's No More Tears, Shot in the Dark, War Pigs, Crazy Train. Bring up Mr. Crowley, please. Well, another time. Jake Lee was my second favorite guitar player after Randy Rhoads. That's from Adrian. So that's a cool one there.
Mine too.
Craig got Sin. So there you go. Craig got Sin.
Yes, thank you, dude.
Sorry, I'll pull that back up again. Miracle Man, wrong guess. Vinny's got No More Tears. And how the fuck did you not, or did I not get Desire? It's my favorite Zach track. There we go.
Oh.
We all had the, yeah.
Do you know what? Every transcription I've seen is completely fucking wrong. But I found the dude on YouTube. I slowed the video down and I zoomed in to what he's fucking doing on his hands.
Nice.
And the transcriptions are like a B, like an E with a B in the bass. It's not B in the bass. It's just a upper E. So
wow.
Makes the fucking biggest difference in the world.
Okay.
There's a
Such a
guy.
nerd.
There's a guy that did. I watched this about 6 months ago, and I was absolutely blown away. He plays every single guitar part from The Ultimate Sin in order, the whole album, and mind fucking blown. Like, it's that album. People overlook it. It's a great fucking
I love
album.
that album.
Yeah.
Shot in the Dark's one of my favorite songs, but you know, it's I had to learn standard tuning because it's a weird tuning. Everything's flat, but the E and the A string are actually tuned up, which gives you really weird chord shapes.
Yeah, that's odd.
It is really strange.
Jake is really
it can be played on standard tuning, but it's really weird, fucking painful stretches for the chorus.
Yeah, let's not do that. I don't think any of us are in match shape for that. Alrighty, let's move on now. It's time to go to the Global Grooves part of the show. Thank you again to everyone jumping in. We'll go to the, we can't obviously keep up with all the comments and that sort of stuff, but hopefully you had fun with that one. I'm going to move on to the next part of the show. Global Grooves, where we pick an album from anywhere in the world. Backyard Banger is designed to be Australian, but Global Grooves is from anywhere. And this time around, I had the call, and I went with Volbeat, God of Angels Trust. That was my choice this time around. So the reference track for you is by Monster's Hand in the comments and the description box. Go and check it out. So, Volbeat, God of Angels Trust is 10 tracks, 44 minutes, the 9th studio album from the Danish band, Guru, here we go. Released June 2025 via Vertigo and Universal, produced by Jakob Hansen and vocalist Michael Poulsen. 3 singles have been released, including by Monster's Hand and Time Will Heal. So far, this album has peaked number 78 in the US, number 24 in the UK, while also charting quite well across Europe with several number 1 spots. This is the band's first album since the departure of guitarist Rob Caggiano in 2023, which left the band continuing as a 3-piece. For this album, the band wanted everything to be urgent and without rules, as such, playing as live in the studio as possible while recording, with the recording itself just taking 13 days, which makes this the fastest record the band has created. All this said, I chose the album, so without any further ado, I'm going to get stuck into it. If you know this band, if you know Volbeat, you know exactly what you're in for. But even so, there's a darker edge to this album that really stood out to me. It hits hard straight out of the gate with some dead set killer riffs. But what elevates it is how well they balance that heaviness against strong melody. That sort of signature rockabilly meets metal sound that makes Volbeat stand apart is right here, and it's used to great effect as always. The guitar tones, the space, the feel, it's all there for these guys. And that melodic lead work on this album in particular partners so well with the vocal phrasing. I think that's part of the magic of what these guys do so well. This album truly brings heaven and hell in equal measure across the board. It's just a start, and then you hit by a Monster's Hand, and everything sort of kicks up a notch from there. The drums are explosive, the tempo changes are gripping throughout. There's a certain Metallica-esque sort of momentum to things, but it's still all purely Volbeat. That track alone has one of my favorites of the year. It's absolutely electrifying to listen to it. Acid Rain is another standout on this one for me. Wide open in its arrangement, giving the vocals room to shine. Mia Maya, her backing vocals add a whole new emotional layer to this listen, and I could honestly listen to her and Michael fucking for hours, like as in singing. I shouldn't say fucking, but you know what I mean. Those two, I could. That was a bad one there. I could fucking listen to those two for hours. There we go. I'll rephrase.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're really thinking.
Anyway. I'm on a rail.
Were they in the barn of the Gobert Station?
No, I'm doing well. Look, I think to get back to the album for a second, the lyrics and the storytelling are absolutely on point across the board. This whole thing is rich with hooks and full of depth. It's one of those albums that you come across that it stirs something in you, or it did for me, and I hope it does for others out there that listen to this one as well. As with all things in this band, there's a lot of Jekyll and Hyde, but this album has a lot of that, both within the songs and across the whole track list from one song to the next. It breathes, it pulsates, it sort of rises and falls, it grabs you, and it just doesn't let you go once it starts. On a deeper listen, I found myself genuinely stunned at how powerfully it all landed for me listening to it. This is the kind of album that, for me, reminds you of why you do things like this. I've been doing the show for a long time. Dave's been here for a long time with me. And there are certain albums that come along and go, that reminds you of why you got into it and why you enjoy doing this shit. This album is one of those ones for me this year. I think production-wise, it's phenomenal. I think the tones are spot on. The clarity and space is just right here. And the layering is really damn meticulously balanced. You're hit both with the beauty and the sort of weight, the brutality that can be present here. It seduces you, then sort of slaps you in the face while you're going for it. There is so much texture here, and every layer is placed with intent, which I thought was really important in terms of both the songwriting and the production. Those two things hand in hand. There was intent to everything, and it made sense. Cutting it down to the core of a three-piece may have actually helped the band in some respects. The focus here feels sharper. The album structure is just right. Time Will Heal is the typical Volbeat sort of ballad, if you know the band, but it sits perfectly as a midpoint break in the album overall. What's also great is that everyone gets their moment, from the rhythm section to the guest spots on this one. The note choices alone show just how sort of well-crafted this band's identity has become over the years. They've really carved out their own sort of lane or their own niche, and this album makes full use of that little part of the world they've got for themselves. They can take you from the pit to the stratosphere and everywhere in between. There's something here for all moods and all comers. I think that with that little John Carpenter Halloween nod in Lonely Fields, that was a really cool little touch. I hope everyone else got that as well, but that's go and listen to that song again if you missed it. There's a neat little mid-song touch there that calls out to Halloween. I fucking love that little element there. And if all of this that I'm talking about wasn't enough, the album finishes just as strongly as it starts. For me, this is a fantastic record. I've been a fan for a while now, but this one feels a little bit extra special. It stomps, it lifts, it moves, and it cuts deep. I know Volbeat can be a bit of an acquired taste to some people out there, but if their flavor suits your palate, then this should absolutely hit the spot. Easily one of my albums of the year so far. This is locked into my top 10 at this point in time, and I don't see it coming out of my listening rotation anytime soon. I'm going to give this 10 shots. I fucking loved it. By Monster's Hand, Acid Rain, Lonely Fields, but please just listen to the whole thing. We encourage everyone to do that all the time anyway, but on this album in particular, sit down, take it in. It's a fucking journey, and I loved every single second of it. It's one of those ones where you get the whole goosebumps and all that sort of stuff listed to it. It was like a goosebump album for me. I fucking adore it. I'm going to keep going back to it for a long, long time to come. Let's see how everyone else went with it, though, because this is where the fun part begins. So, Belle, I'm going to start with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
You didn't like it, did you? Yeah, we're going to go from heaven and hell. Yeah.
Fucking hatchet. Here she comes.
Oh, you're not going to like me.
That's okay.
I've definitely got mixed feelings about this band and this album, I guess. Because they do things that I love, and then they annoy the piss out of me. And it results overall in not the best listening experience. Like they can write such great songs, like the opening 2 tracks on the album and the In the Barn of the Goat song that hung around in our playlist for ages.
Yeah, that was there for ages. Yep.
I think Vinny might have had something to do with that. It's like assistant voting, which you gotta love. You gotta love the passion. And these guys really know how to chug in just the coolest way. They're like try not to headbang, like you'll fail miserably. Once they get into that groove, like that chug, it's like infectious. Your body just kind of takes over. And great guitar tone, great sound. Like I always listen to stuff on headphones, and just the sound is in like the overall production. It was just beautiful. Like fucking love it. But then they undo all that cred that they write, that they, get by doing just boring, predictable meh songs like Acid Rain. Time Will Heal. It's just so, I don't know, mediocre, and didn't enjoy those at all. Plus the singer's voice annoys me in heavy doses, like a full album listen, like a song or two. It's like, he can sing, but just something about his voice that if I listen to a whole album, I'm like, oh, shut up. Okay, I can't listen to you anymore. So, yeah, when this album came out back in June, I did check it out because Volbeat I became familiar with during the Nordic Battle. Yeah, I'd never heard them before, and that was cool. But I had some similar feelings. I don't know if I expressed them as much then, but maybe listening to them again this time around, those things have come to the forefront a bit more. I don't know, but yeah. So look, despite there've been some really cool moments here and there. It was when the album ended, I was like, okay, all right, I've had enough. That was enough. So yeah, they're clearly a good band. They just didn't knock it out of the park for me, to borrow a term from our friend. And they're all really talented. It's just a shame they don't put those skills to better use. I think they could do more. Anyway,
this is the proverbial report card of not living up to your potential as far as Bell's concerned.
It really is. Like, there's so much talent there. Just do something less boring with it. Anyway, I've mentioned my standout songs, and I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Yeah. That's all right. Cool. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be at the end of the day. And I know that this band can be an acquired taste. I do understand that. So we'll see how we've gotten to the content, see how the rest balances out. Dave, let's go to you next.
Oh, fuck. Okay, look. I'm somewhere in between both of you.
Yeah.
This might be weird, but I kind of compare Volbeat to Star Trek, because people tend to love or hate Star Trek, but I don't mind it. I can watch in that movie or an episode. I'm like, yeah, okay. But I've had a few albums of these guys, and they're fucking good. They're a good band. I would actually like to like them more than I actually do. But I don't think they'll ever be a favorite band. I like hearing them, but it's just one of those bands that don't progress in what they do. And not in an AC/DC way, because AC/DC have a way of writing really good fucking songs, and they stick in their formula. Whereas, Volbeat, you put on the start of the album, it's like, yeah, this is cool. There's some new songs, but I guess to the end, just get a bit tiring. It's like, yeah, you're not doing anything all that different. You got your sound and you're fucking great at it. But, if you release EPs, it's probably easier to digest.
I was like, preach.
But what they do is great. Killer guitar tone, awesome riffs. I don't mind the dude's voice. The big sounding production, and this is probably the biggest I've heard this band, and it suits what they do. It might be the equivalent of the Black Album for this band, but No, I haven't heard all their previous albums to know, but it sounds like Volbeat produced really well. But it's good. There's nothing fucking wrong with it. I'm just sounding fucking. It's one of those bands who I like, but they should be a favorite, but they're not in a way. But yeah, I give it 8 out of 10. It's good, but I can't listen to all of it. But yeah, By a Monster's Hand and Demonic Depression were kind of standouts.
Cool.
But you know, that one we did for the Nordic special a couple of years ago, there's a song Lady Pearl or whatever. That one stuck in my head. That's a good song.
Okay,
but
cool.
you know, I heard that album so many times going into that battle, and I was thinking back, that's the only song that kind of sticks with me.
Okay.
But, yeah. But when I hear these songs, I'm like, yeah, I've heard, you know, I know these bands, but yeah, I don't know, it's just one of those bands that people love, and I'm just like, yeah, I get it, I like it, but I'm not going to go out and buy a T-shirt and buy concert tickets.
Yeah. It's all good.
But yeah, 8 out of 10. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, it's the fun part. We all put something forward that we like and then hope that everyone likes it as well, but then it may or may not work out, and that's the fun part. Like,
I reviewed it. Jeff refused to talk about Wednesday 13.
Yeah.
Touche. All right.
All right. Well, on that note, Jeff, there's a segue. Over to you.
You know, the worst fucking thing about Volbeat is their fucking name. Volbeat. It sounds like some European techno trash band.
Cover.
I just don't get it. Volbeat. I don't get that. The name just shits me to tears. I don't know where they got it from. I have no fucking clue. But
they got it off a label on an amp, I think, or something like that.
There you go.
Well, whoever bought that amp should be fucking shot. That is the worst fucking name for a band in the history of fucking band names. But I've never
go hard or go home, Jeff.
I've never really liked Volbeat. And for the same reason that Bell has said, musically they're really good, but the singer kind of drives me nuts a little bit. And I mentioned that in the when we did the
Nordic battle
thing. I mentioned that I like the music a lot, but the singer just gives me, you know, and he does this thing with his voice that reminds me of James Hetfield. Like, you know, I don't know what the fuck it is, but he does that.
He did it more.
And it's like, come on, guy. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. But throw everything I just said out the window, because this album is fucking fire.
Oh, wow.
This is a great fucking album. This is my gateway drug to this band, I think.
Okay.
Because this is I kind of went into it thinking, this is gonna be another one of those fucking snooze fests. I like the music, but he kind of voice does me in. But having heard a few singles leading up to it, I thought everything I liked so far. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this album. And I didn't listen to it when it came out in June, because for that very reason. So I basically ignored it. Now I'm fucking kicking myself because I could have had a couple months of, of having listened to this album, and already liked it. So everything I heard on this album, there wasn't a skippable track on it. It was just like you said, Andrew. Every song was just like, all right, this is going in my rotation. This is going in my rotation. This is and bang, this is a really, really fucking good album. And I have to say, I don't know what it was about this that I liked his voice more than I liked it in the previous, albums that I've listened to. Maybe it was just the combination. Maybe it was the songs, like the way they were structured. Maybe it was what the songs were about. This is a really dark album, and I quite liked that. So there was just something about it that I really liked. So I'm 9, bang, bang, 9. I loved it. This is my drug. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna listen to. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna try to force myself to listen to the other stuff. Yeah.
Let me know how that works out for you, because it'd be interesting to see if it has changed perspective enough on the previous albums. I'll be really curious to see how that works out for you. But that's a neat little circle at the end of the day. We started off strong, went a bit sort of mid, and then came back strong.
Came home. Yes.
Yeah. So all right.
Yeah.
Cool. I wasn't sure that was going to go that well, but okay, I'll take it. And even when the lowest score is a 7, I'll still take it as a win. So that's okay. Bit of fun to be had there. That's all right. No, 7's not bad at all. I'll take it.
I'll add one more thing just before we go on. So my buddy in Canada, right? So him and I have been friends since like the very early 80s. He's my oldest friend, really. And aside from Sean, obviously, I've known since
Mm-hmm.
when I was a baby. But Lawrence and I, we text back and forth all the time, and so about a month or two ago, he's like, he messages me and goes, Lawrence. The one thing I'll tell you about Lawrence is that he loves music, but he's stuck in the past. He doesn't listen to anything new. Nothing. If it's new, it's shit. Right?
Okay. Yep.
So I don't even say, hey, check this band out, because he's just gonna go, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So then he messages me out of the blue one day, and I'm like looking at my thing, and he's like, "Have you ever heard of Volbeat?" And I'm thinking, "What the fuck, Volbeat?
Wow,
what the fuck?" And so and then he goes, "These guys are fucking great." I'm like,
he found a new band. Wow.
Yeah, you found a new band. I couldn't fucking believe it. So I'm just like, yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
And so he must have heard some singles from the new from the new album. So I don't know which ones he heard, but
okay,
he really liked it. So that was a big shock to me. I was just like, wow. Anyway, I had to say it. Had to get it out.
No, that's cool. That's all right.
I think that's a great story. I can understand why. They've got a vibe of an old school band. So if he was into thrash from the 80s, I can see why he'd probably like those singles.
Yeah, well, he loves Metallica and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
I can see that.
Yeah, but the flip side is that I can also, I did make a note that there can be an acquired taste for some people as well. It's one of those things that Dave said exactly right. You either love it or you're sort of like, huh, what happened? Why is this so admired?
Yeah, it is a weird. Like, his favorite bands are Metallica, AC/DC, and Zeppelin. Those three bands are his. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Volbeat, I don't know, but that's cool. That's cool.
Yep. Well, we'll see how we go. Let's get to the comments before we get onto the battle for tonight. We've got, be quick before we go back to the Dave's guitar segment there. Craig said, Ultimate Sin is still hard to listen to for me. It has some of the best, but also some of the worst of Aussie. Interesting take on the album there. Vinny's gone. Yeah, okay. Dave's trying to unmute himself now, I think.
Yeah, I said, fuck off. Ultimate Sin's a great album.
Vinny said, Volbeat, definitely one of their top few albums, delivers more grunt to their familiar sound. There we go. Edge Crusher, good to see you. It's gone, hi, guys. This Volbeat album is an unbelievable release. Might even be my favorite of 2025. Okay, cool. We're getting some love for it there. Good to see you, man. Good to see you jumping in. Michael Volbeat, absolute ripper, 9 shots. Okay, cool. I think I might have picked a good one this week. Vinny says, I think following Michael C's earlier comment, might be best to have Bell review albums prior to 7 also. It's back to the drink before 7 o'clock.
I'm not drunk.
Yeah. No.
I know. It's just funny how it all segues through. Vinny's gone, Volbeat a fun live. Saw them at the ESPY back in the summer of 2012, I think. Wow, that'd be fucking cool seeing that little venue. Yeah. Michael says, THRS got me into Volbeat and remember thinking vocals remind me of XTC and Bob Mould. But very different musically. Loved them then and now.
XTC, that old fucking psychedelic band. Okay.
Bob Mould, I believe, is from Husker Du, I think.
Okay. Okay. Cool. What do we got here? Craig says, Volbeat 2025 is pretty good, but it's also very repetitive. Not really a good sign when you can zone out listening to a metal album. 7 shots. Fair point. Worse than something like War, Jeff. I don't know. I think War's pretty fun.
That song, I'm So Sick of You. That's a fucking classic.
Yeah, there's a band name. I think it's back to the band name comment there. But anyway, Vinny says you might warm to their band name if they write a song about your Japanese-inspired wardrobe, Jeff. It's going back to last week.
Fuck you, Vinny. Fuck, man.
Oh, fuck. This is great. He says, all jokes aside, Volbeat are fun.
Yeah.
Cuts through any funky mood you're feeling, personally speaking. And I think that's the thing. For me, it's always a fun listen when you go through a band like that. So I do genuinely enjoy it. All righty, let's get to the battle before we have to wrap up and get out of here tonight. This is a different one. Very interesting battle this week. We have Icehouse. I'm going to put a reference track into the comments for you now. And also we have Midnight Oil. I'll go through more details in just a second. So your reference tracks are in the comments and also the description box, as always. This is round 4 of our All-Australian season of King of the Riff. This is Icehouse, Man of Colours versus Midnight Oil, 10-1. Excuse me. What do we got here? This one comes about after we've gone through a few rounds now. We go through, pick albums, and off we go again. Just what have our winners been so far? We picked Tragic Earth over In Excess last time at the beginning. We picked Volbeat over Cold Chisel. The audience went opposite way in both those ones. Last week, we finally agreed with the audience with Towhider beating Powderfinger. And this time around, it's round 4 with Icehouse versus Midnight Oil. You all know the deal. We get you to we ask you guys in the comments online. There's a different poll every week that goes up alongside the 4 album choices. So get involved in these ones every week as well, because we have the audience tree, we have our tree to see which one if we're going to match up at the end or not. But anyway, let's get into it. This is now Icehouse versus Midnight Oil. This one is a battle of icons, but from very different corners of the Aussie music universe. On one side, you got Icehouse, armed with Man of Colours, a smooth, synth-laced masterclass in melodic pop rock. It's polished, poetic, and packed with massive tracks like Electric Blue and Crazy. An album that defined the late 80s for a lot of people. It still sounds bloody gorgeous today for a lot of people as well. But then on the other side, we go to war with Midnight Oil and their landmark record 10-1. It's fierce, it's focused, and it's full of fire. When Man of Colours invites you in, 10-1 challenges you. It's a protest rock at its most potent, socially sharp, sonically explosive, and driven by that unmistakable Oil's energy. This, though, isn't just pop versus politics. Both of these albums dig deep. Both have vision, weight, and staying power as well. But one reaches for the sky in full Technicolor, while the other grabs you by the collar and demands your attention. This, in a lot of respects, is beauty versus fury, heat versus heart. Let's see how we go with this one. I'm trying to look at the seeding here of who picked what. Dave, let's go to you first. You chose Man of Colours. Are you sticking with that?
We'll see. There's a reason I picked that. I'll get to that. Yeah. I'll start with Midnight Oil. Firstly, I will mention that, as a long-time music listener, politics should stay the fuck out of music. I want to hear people bitch about the state of the world. I will turn on the fucking news. I want to listen to music. I want to clear my head of all the... You can be political and you can talk about, important things without being fucking preachy. There's a line, and Midnight Oil have always irked me in that fucking... No, you're too fucking preachy. But, I haven't heard the 10-1 album. I have heard, when I was listening to this, I recognized some songs from radio. And those songs kind of stand out because they're good songs, but, short memory. That's a cool song, even though the content just like, yeah. But that opening song was just fucking boring. And then Only the Strong, these vocals are fucking horrible. This was painful. It went from boring to fucking terrible within the space of 5 minutes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck is this band so popular? Like, the singles really cut through, but fuck me, this album was fucking painful. Okay, Man of Colours, Icehouse. I used to have this on cassette. I was 7 years old when this came out. I heard Electric Blue on the radio, and in my young mind, I'm like, this is a cool song. I want to have this. So, how my pocket money? I remember actually buying it. And, like, things changed drastically a year later when I bought Appetite for Destruction. I forgot about this fucking cassette. But there you go, from Icehouse to Guns N' Roses. Life fucking changes. So going back to this album after all, this is why I picked this album, because I wanted to kind of relive my childhood.
Fair enough.
So it was interesting going back to this because, like, what's that fucking song? Nothing Too Serious. I remember when that was like the heaviest fucking song I'd ever heard.
Yeah, fair enough though. Yeah, in the context, it makes sense. Just funny.
Oh, 7-year-old boy. Yeah, it was pretty fucking heavy. And we're listening to it back now. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? Slayer were fucking trembling in their boots.
Oh no. Well, I don't know. We're gonna beat this start, but anyway, fuck.
Yeah. Electric Blue is a cool pop rock song. Your Steel at the start was cool. Crazy is a good ballad. I don't think I ever actually listened to side 2. I was well aware that cassettes had music on both sides, but I bought the album for one song. So, like, listen to it. Like, I want to hear that song. So I figure literally we wound the fucking cassette over and over. So I haven't actually heard side 2.
Oh,
And
no.
it was actually quite boring. There was one song I recognized from radio. I can't remember what it's called. I didn't make a note.
My obsession to be on a side too.
That's it. My obsession. That's a pretty cool song. I like that. But
Yep.
So this was back in the day when commercial pop music was actually made with instruments and synths, but it wasn't as bad as the shit that gets fucking all the credit these days.
Mhm.
But this is still like, I honestly don't give a fuck which one wins. But yeah. I don't like politics, so fuck it, I award Icehouse for just a fun pop rock album.
Oh no! I think we can all safely predict what happens next time. If whichever of these albums goes through to the next one, we can predict Dave's response in advance.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell. All right. So Dave has picked Icehouse. Jeff, let's throw to you next. Let's change the order around.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give Dave another minute to compose herself because this is interesting.
Here's some politics for you, Dave. Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Now that's a
but see, that's clever. It's not fucking preachy. It doesn't make me feel like a cunt.
Well, maybe that's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's directed at the right people.
Yes, it was.
People that actually have control over their actions, whereas people just going about their daily life, we're not to fucking blame for whatever thing they're bitching about.
This is true.
Yeah.
Look, I went into this battle sort of. It was one-sided for me because while I had heard Electric Blue and Crazy and maybe another song or two, I don't know. It wasn't a band that I really had much knowledge of outside of those songs because they did not, in my opinion. I don't think they ever did. I could be wrong, but I don't think they cracked the North American market.
Not really.
Whereas Midnight Oils did, and I was well aware of Midnight Oils in Canada when I was in Canada. And that song "Beds Are Burning" obviously not from this album, but that song, they just exploded right worldwide. Now, having said that, I really like the song, "Midnight Blue." I think it's a pretty cool song. It's catchy.
Electric
Blue. Electric Blue. Yeah, I know. I'm brain dead. Electric.
Midnight Blue might be a porn channel.
Yeah, well, Jeff's having some fun for that.
I'm having some fun. So I gave up drinking, guys. I don't drink anymore.
Hey, don't drink.
I don't drink.
The cat out of the bag.
Yeah. Anyway, having said that, Electric Blue, great song. Crazy, great song. But listening to the rest of that album was fucking painful for me. I was just like, okay, this is 80s that should have stayed in the fucking 80s. Well, there was something about it. It was like, nope, I had enough. We don't need to relive that. We don't need to relive stupid haircuts and fucking,
hey, that mullet was fucking awesome.
The mullet,
the mullet can stay there. Had like
the mullet can stay there.
The mullet and the perm, man. That's shit.
All the stupid fucking, hyper-colored fucking t-shirts and fuck that shit. Okay, so
happy pants, man.
Yeah, that can all stay there. But the album, so listening to the Midnight Oil album, I knew like the main songs from it, but I didn't really know the deeper cuts because I think it was like, just for one of those things. Now, I will agree with Dave that the first couple of songs, his vocals aren't the greatest, but they get better as the album goes on.
Yeah.
So if you only listen to like Dave, you only listen to one song and never go any further, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah. Reference tracks aren't that important. They're just a hint. Yeah.
Yeah. So I quite liked it, and I thought as an album, it certainly holds up. And would I go out of my way to put this on over something that I really love from beginning to end? Like, no, I wouldn't. But I would listen to the singles. The singles, So, no disrespect to them as a band, they're great. I don't care if they're political or not. It's one of those things that, okay, this is the world we live in. If they want to sing about it, that's fine. I don't care. But, I liked it a lot. So I have to give my vote to Midnight Oil for this. 10-1 is a pretty good album.
Okay.
Start to finish. much. And so yeah, it's gets my vote. Midnight Oil.
All right, cool. All right, well, I'll go next, and Belle will get you to close out the battle this week because I did choose the Midnight Oil album, mostly on behalf of Jodie because I wanted to get her some input into the one. I know how much she loves Midnight Oil when it was nominated. For me, it's an interesting battle across the board. You know, I sort of put 5 reasons why and all that sort of stuff, and I really enjoy both bands. I enjoy both albums. I think in this context, in this battle, this is Icehouse peaking in their career, if that makes sense. I think the songwriting, the production, the melodies, and also the commercial impact of this album, this is this band at the peak of their powers. Midnight Oil, on the other hand, when you listen to album, the power of their catalog, so to speak, is more spread out across their albums. So when you start digging into this sort of stuff, when it comes to Icehouse, for example, aside from Great Southern Land, what you put on their greatest hits catalog was mostly built out of this particular album here.
Hey Little Girls, cool.
Yeah, Hey Little Girl. So, but we're talking about 2 songs where I think there's like 3, 4, 5 on this album that would make onto their greatest hits collection. So this has the bulk of that collection. As a counterpoint to that, Midnight Oil, I think they have like 2 songs on probably all of their albums that would make it into their greatest hits collection kind of thing. So their power is so much more dispersed across their career, whereas this is Icehouse right at the peak of their powers. I think that it's interesting in the context of this one because I think it was 82 versus 87, I think, when these albums came out. So for me, obviously, it's much more memorable to listen to Icehouse, remembering when that was coming along and how it was. So in terms of personal impact, it became a much more of a personal touchstone thing to go back and listen to it. I recognized a whole lot more songs, listening to Icehouse immediately. But it doesn't take away from what they did with the Midnight Oil album either. I thought it was really funny because I put the Midnight Oil in for Jodie. And so we were talking about this battle last night. I'm going, this is the battle for tomorrow night. And it's actually really interesting how she and I discussed it because it's in our opinion, it was my gut instinct, but Jodie sort of followed me in on that, is that it's a tighter battle than you might expect. There's pros and cons to each album. And so it becomes a bit of a tougher choice to make, which is really, you sit there and go, oh, you'll pick immediately, but then you'll think about it a bit more and you go, oh, hang on. There's bits and pieces, because especially in this context, there's both albums have great songs that we listen to still all the time in our household, even today. For me, it's hard to split. I think whilst I think Midnight Oil's album is probably more timeless, especially with the lyrical nature of things. I don't object to politics in music. I think politics and art sort of go hand in hand in a lot of respects. So I think the context of the album and how far or not far we've come as a society is still emulated in that album overall. At the same time, though, when you get into the album, I can sort of wander a little bit. Whereas with Icehouse, I found myself sort of sticking with that album, being much more emotionally engaged from beginning to end, which again made this tougher and tougher as you go through. So eventually you got to make a choice. And so even though I submitted Midnight Oil into the battle, I'm going to flip. I'm going to go the other way. And I'm going to go to Icehouse because for me personally, the album itself wasn't more locked in listen from beginning to end. So I found myself being more engaged with it. Jodie's going to kill me. Last week I pissed off my daughter with Toe Hider over fucking Powderfinger. This week I'm going to piss off Jodie by choosing Icehouse over Midnight Oil. I'm in the doghouse. I'm having a rough fucking month. So the sacrifices I make for this fucking show. But I think that while Midnight Oil is great, I think, like I said before, the strength of their catalog is more spread out. This Icehouse album is that band peaking. And for me, it had much more sort of emotive context and landed with me, and it was more memorable all the way through. Even though it's probably the less rocky of the two albums, quote unquote, I just think it has more emotive connection for me personally. So Icehouse for the win for me. I flipped, which makes this interesting now because Belle gets the final say. So close it out.
Yeah, all right. Look, I think this matchup definitely makes sense. It makes certainly more sense than last week's.
Probably the most sensible one so
definitely-
far, to be honest. Yeah.
It is. It's similar eras, similar styles of music. Personally, I hadn't heard either album in full until this week.
Okay, cool.
However, I feel like I'd heard a lot of each album through the singles, particularly Icehouse. The first 4 tracks on Man of Colours were released as singles. As soon as it started, those first 2 songs, it just took me back to my first couple of years in high school, listening to Take 40 Australia with Barry Bissell. It was like Icehouse was just always in the top 40 and just on the radio in general around that time. Then maybe not so much now, and I don't really listen to radio now, but I don't hear them. The radio's moved on to much more boring shit. But
I think we all agree on that.
Yeah. But yeah, despite it not being as heavy as what I would normally gravitate to, even back then, because early high school I was discovering, I was listening to Take 40 to see, if Skid Row or Guns N' Roses were going to, like, where they were going to be as. So, but you hear everything, and, there were other songs that I liked as well, other bands. Icehouse being one of them. And they're great storytellers as well. So the lyrics that just paint a picture in your mind, and their music gives you the vibe of the story. They just do that really well. It's great to come across when you find bands that do that. So it was cool hearing the rest of the album. I actually quite liked it. I didn't find it boring at all.
No, I liked Icehouse
and everything.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Yep.
So glad I finally heard it. And I'll say the same thing about Midnight Oil's 10 to 1. I knew some of the songs, but the songs that I hadn't heard actually really surprised me. Like, these guys really rock. They are far more rock than I gave them credit for. I just always knew them as a political band with a weird singer that danced terribly, and
good old Peter Garrett.
Like it just but I did enjoy a few of their songs. There was one on here that I've always liked. No, it's not Beds of Burning because that's not on here.
No,
fuck, I have to look at the thing anyway. There's some good stuff.
US Forces or Power and the Passion?
Power and the Passion, yeah.
Yep.
Always like that. It had a cool riff in that one. But there was also a progressive element to some of these songs, I thought, that really surprised me.
Quite an experimental band.
Yeah, not in a Dream Theater way, not in even a political way, but it's sort of in a theatrical, almost like Bowie kind of way. And I wasn't expecting that. So I was actually pleasantly surprised by both these albums once I listened to them in full. And this was because I was thinking before I did, I like Icehouse for sure. Like I like them, and based on what I knew of them, I would have gone for them. But it was tougher than I thought. So it came down to one thing, and I'm glad that one of these albums had a really shit song on it. Musically, I just did not like this song, so that was like yes, I'm going to use that to pick, and that was Maralinga on Midnight Oil's album.
Maralinga,
This is just a shit song. So anyway, for that, Midnight Icehouse get the win.
Wow,
there
we go. So that decides that, which. Wow, we are on a tear here because I'm going to get it right this time. Because last week I said we went against the audience when I was wrong. We went with the audience last week. This week, we're back to form. We've gone against the audience. And Belle's nodding her head already going, yes, I got it right this time. So
Correct.
the audience, I know, right? The audience went with 75% of the vote went to Midnight Oil, believe it or not. So it's a fairly strong win. So, Jeff, you're not alone. It's just that you're the only one.
My people.
Yeah, you found your people, just not the three of us here.
Yeah.
But that makes it interesting again because it's going to be, it's Icehouse. We took audience took Midnight Oil, and that's going to make it interesting in a few weeks' time. Let's get some comments before I tee up what next week's battle.
So who won?
Icehouse won. I picked Icehouse. Yeah. So,
what's it up against next?
That'll be in a few weeks. I'll have to let me go through the comments and I'll circle back to that one day. Craig says, love both bands. Midnight Oil will always be one of my top 3 Aussie bands. Fucking love them. There we go. Kat says, Icehouse, Flowers, Icehouse. Yeah, Icehouse to Flowers to Icehouse. The better album, The Man of Colors, is good. What do we got? Icehouse is my time machine. Always stops me like a moment in time. Stunningly beautiful live. They're a band I'll take to my grave. Wow. There we go. Kat agrees with that. Well put, Vinny. Wow. Michael says both bands were fantastic live. So good. Vinny says, did you sell Man of Colors on the trading post afterwards, Dave? No, I think, have you still got the tape?
Unfortunately, no, I don't know what happened to that one.
Okay. There we go.
I had some tapes.
Yeah. Vinny's gone, great to see Dave went the diplomatic route. When have we ever known that? What do we got here? Craig says, Dave, I never once given a shit about the Oil's political stance. If I did, I'd have most likely turned off them early on. You get past that, there's a world of brilliant, always changing music. Well, that's for individual tastes and
it's
things.
Not just that, it's the fucking vocals and the weird shit at the start of the album.
Yeah, they do get very arty in some respects too.
Yeah.
They can be a challenge.
Fucking art shit.
Yeah. But that's what I pleasantly surprised me about them, actually.
There are other albums that are tougher to get into.
I found that fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, I did one in my degree studies, and it was just like, because I was studying production. Obviously, I forget which one album is now. I'll know when I hear it, but it's like there's one album where they've just gone fucking spastic in the studio, like, oh my god, it's overkill. It's too much.
This whole fucking art rock shit is just crap.
Vinny says, didn't Midnight Oil get a leg up in the USA on the back of that oil spill? I forget the context. Yeah, wow. Cat's gone, hush your mouth, Jeff. So there we go. Vinny's gone, would have been interesting for overseas audience to see a vocalist resemble a wind farm. Oh no. Cat's gone, Ivor Davies still rocks it live at 70. Well, there you go. There's some positives for today. Craig says, Man of Colors is also excellent. Loved Icehouse back in the day. They had a song on Measure for Measure called Don't Believe Anymore. It hits me in the feels every time. That's what they were obviously very good at. Adrian says, I heard a Midnight Oil, Beds Are Burning song on MTV back in the day. I never heard another band. Well, there you go. That's the thing too, is it? Yeah. MTV and all that sort of stuff. Midnight Oil definitely got the cut through across the board.
They did.
What do we got here? Vinny says, Miss Divine is such a fun anthem. Love in motion, no promises, street cafe, nothing too serious, so many gems. Yeah, well, that's back to ISSF for a second. It's a lot of fun. Chris is here. Good to see you. He's gone fading out, represent Chris, the drummer. So there we go. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Hopefully you scroll back through because your song got more love tonight. So there you go. Eclipse. Eclipse got a lot of love tonight. So there you go. Craig says 82 versus 87. Put Man of Colors versus Diesel and Dust for a better comparison. Andrew, Man of Colors cannot touch it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but we asked the audience and then we picked from that.
I own Diesel and Dust. That's a good album.
There you go. Yeah, Diesel and Dust is an interesting one. I do agree with that one. I do think that's possibly where the band might have peaked, actually. Anyway,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Vinny says, don't believe anymore. Definitely reaches into the fields. Craig, there we go. I have a spare bedroom now, Andrew. That's for me being in the doghouse for the last 2 weeks. So thank you, Vinny. I'll take it up if I ever come back to Melbourne. Kaz says, I bought the album Icehouse in my teens. Fucking loved it. One of my all-time favorite Aussie bands. So there we go. Tin Legs and Tin Minds. Bell, there we go for Craig. And Vinny's gone, does anyone remember film clips being played every half hour each week morning prior to school? Icehouse, Divinyls, Nick Kershaw, etc. Yeah, those were some fun there as well. Andrew's gone, wake up, Dave. I don't know what's happening there. Dave's already signed off. Did you freeze something there, Dave? I don't know what happened there.
No.
Anyway, I don't know. That album we read South. Sure, Craig. It doesn't ring a bell. But anyway, I'll get back to that. I'll circle back to that album that had a bunch of stuff going in the studio. I was like, wow, there's a lot going on there. Anyway, so next week for us, it's AC/DC versus the winner of the first round we did. So for us, it's AC/DC versus Tragic Earth. For the audience, the voting will be AC/DC versus in excess. So the albums in question there are Highway to Hell versus Kick for the audience. For us, it's Highway to Hell versus Hatred and Tolerance. For this one, match 4, winner of match 5 versus match 4. So whoever wins this one goes up against Icehouse in their next outing for us, up against the other one the other way around. So you know what I mean? You get what I mean. It's all fucking up against Midnight Oil for the audience. So that'll be interesting as well. So I think Highway to Hell is probably going to be up there, but it's funny because the number 2 seed was Audio Rain, the Perfect Seed, which we're going to get to in the coming weeks as well. So that's coming up. But that sort of gets us to the sticky point of the show tonight. So let's see how we go here, because we're going to get to raising a glass in just a second. Belle, did you settle on what album you're going to give us next week?
Oh, look, it's one of two. Any, meeny, miny, mo. I haven't caught up on all the oh shit! I just knocked my bin over. I haven't caught up on all the new albums that I have wanted to. So there could be some gems there that I just don't know about yet.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an album that I really fucking like. So I'm gonna just put it forward.
Yep.
And that's that Nachtblut album.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Nice pick.
So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun one for next week.
I think that will be a fun one. I think Belle's already got a win next week. Don't worry about that. From behind the scenes. I mean, Belle, you and I have spoken about this album, so you know that I like it. That's not going to be giving away.
Yeah. It's just fucking just fun.
Yeah, cool album.
No, I think that'll be a good fun one next week. So just to quickly recap, next week it's going to be all the usual stuff here. So, but on top of the usual happenings and news and songs and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna do the Jimmy C refreshing that's the Backyard Banger. Belle's just chosen the global group, which is Nachtblut. I forget the album title myself personally, but we are going to cover the latest. That's it. Todschick. Yeah, Todschick. Yep. I remember that, yeah. And then the battle, we're going to choose albums from October 85, and then Jeff has the game, and the battle for us is AC/DC versus Tragic Earth. For the audience, the polling will be AC/DC versus In Excess. Let's see if we get back to parody next week or not. We'll see how we go along there. Vinny's gone surprised Tin Lids didn't feature. Well, again, the audience have to choose the list. And everyone's having a good chuckle at that one. Tin Lids would be interesting. I don't know how far they'd get. Anyway.
What?
Jimmy Barnes's kids had the band called the Tin Lids, and it was
back in the 90s.
This is way back when. Yeah,
ages ago.
Tin Lids. Jimmy Barnes's kids. That's what all of his kids got into the band called the Tin Lids. Yeah. Flash in the band.
No idea.
No, that's okay. Don't worry. You didn't miss much, Dave. It's all right. But anyway, it's one of those things that Vinny obviously remembers. Alrighty, so time to do the rounds in a second, but obviously, like, follow, subscribe if you like the show. Thank you for tuning in. Check out our Patreon, even for free. Just you get updates there. Don't pay for anything. Just jump in. Jump into Discord as well. Links are in the description box for our website, which has all the link tree for everything that we're going to do here. Subscribe on YouTube to keep up to date with the polls that we do as well, and everything else in between. Check us out on TV, 10:30 p.m. Thursday nights, Channel 44 in Adelaide, 10:30 p.m. Saturday night, Channel 31 in Melbourne, both local time, both continuing on to a new season as well. On Channel 31, we're into season 52 in a couple of weeks, believe it or not. So that's
are we that old?
Yeah, we're that old, mate. 52 seasons in Channel 31 as of next. Yeah. But anyway, that's 4 a year. You can do the math. We've been doing it for a little while. Alrighty, all the usual stuff done. We'll see you all same time, place next week. But time to raise a glass. So, what are we raising a glass to this week? We'd like to finish the show on a high. Jeff, let's go to you first. What have you got to celebrate this week?
Next, I got nothing, man. I got nothing. Okay, I'm going to touch back a little bit on Aussie.
Yep.
I just like to raise a glass for Aussie. The Back to the Beginning concert, being the biggest charity concert of all time, outdoing live in all of them. So that's pretty fucking awesome for a guy.
Yep.
Nice way to check out.
Yep.
Pretty amazing.
Here on that one.
Yeah. That was fucking generous as hell.
That was
what?
Cool.
That was like fucking 190 million US.
No, pounds.
Pounds, yeah. Which is even more.
So that's even more. So that's like 300 and some million. Yep.
Crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Dave, what are you raising a glass to this week?
I am raising a glass to finding hidden treasure. Because if you're a record collector, you probably go through specialist shops and online and op shops, and you flick through all these fucking bins and everything. Well, I did that on Sunday. I was in this place, and it was quite organized, A to Z. Usual shit. There's Kamal. There's fucking Saturday Night Live. There's fucking Hot August Night. There's a fucking compilation from fucking Countdown.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm almost about to leave. I'm like, fuck. I didn't look through A. So I'm just blindly flicking through A.
All right.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. Not a reissue. This is from the fucking time.
Wow.
It sounds so fucking good. I could have got it from JB Hi-Fi for $10 cheaper, but that's new vinyl. I want an old record.
Yeah.
And my God, I am so glad I grabbed it because it sounds amazing. It's like listening to the album for the first time.
Wow.
There is stuff I haven't heard before. It was so cool.
That's cool.
So, yeah, really happy with
Nice.
that.
Very
Raising the
good.
glass.
Nice. Yeah, definitely raise a
Do
glass to that. Good
Yeah,
find. Good pickup.
absolutely.
Alrighty. Belle, what have you got?
I got nothing to raise a glass to. So,
Fun fact.
because of that, I'm just going to go with a fun fact. And
Nice.
in the context of raise a glass, it probably doesn't really fit. I didn't think about that until just now, but I thought it was interesting when I came across this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that. But anyway, that's all right. I'll say it anyway.
Oh,
Um,
you're here now.
So the BTK serial killer,
Uh-huh.
does everyone know him? Probably
No?
not. So is it?
This is the whole
I'll
thing.
explain
No
here.
offense here, Belle, but women and true crime is a real thing. It is a real thing.
I'm not really into true crime. That's the thing. I got this out of like a fiction book that
Oh, okay.
the author does like a note at the end of the like weird facts
Okay.
about serial killers.
Great news.
Yeah. So anyway, he was Dennis Rader, infamously known as the BTK killer. He's a convicted American serial killer responsible for a series of murders in Kansas in the 70s through to the early 90s.
Wow.
So BTK, bind, torture, kill. And so
Wow.
he would just, anyway.
Oh,
What are you trying
He's
to
in
say?
real
jail.
shit. Not like
Some
yeah,
brutal.
like it, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, he apparently makes people fill out an application form if they want to write to him in prison.
Wow.
You gonna do it?
Application form.
Yeah, an application form. That was the fact. And I'm like, because
Weird.
I didn't know who he was either. I'm like, oh, who is this person? I'm like, what a narcissist. But I suppose. But yeah, he was like,
If that's the
apparently-
worst of his issues. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Family man. Yeah, family, like father, strong in his
Wow.
church and community, just like your kind of
your pillar of your
Yeah,
community. Yeah.
your pillar of the community that was just evil to the core. So anyway,
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
that's my raise a glass. I'm not
I'm not raising a glass to this shit. I'm
Just
fucking.
so you know.
No, it's just fun fact, not raise a glass. It's just fun fact.
Yeah,
It's a
fuck
fun
that.
fact.
There's
Yeah.
nothing fun about that fact. That's just yeah. Okay.
What a dickhead.
It's
I'll go last. He's a dick. Yeah, I'll go last.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, for any one of us here, I think this will hit because it's a simple thing, but the simple things can make all the difference with this to raising a glass. So I'm raising a glass. This applies to you guys, but also to my day job and that in between. Is it finding good people to work with? Like actually finding good people to work with on a day-by-day basis. Like obviously, you all know I love you guys to death, but the people I've got, my crew at work and that as well, like those little things, the difference it is when you have people around you that are just good people to be around and actually get the work done together as a group. It makes life so much easier to do your day job, to do the grind, to do that sort of stuff. So I'm going to raise a glass, having good people around you to work with, be it here or wherever you are doing stuff. I'm going to raise a glass and celebrate just having good people around the joint. That to me
absolutely.
is a fucking win, and I'll take it every single time. So here's to you and to them that I work with every day.
I agree. It's
It
yeah,
makes
it
life
helps.
so much better.
Mhm.
My goodness. What do we got? Vinny says I'm going right to the edge next week. Going to change, getting my votes in at 69. Vinny unhinged. Oh my god. Vinny's provoking Bell. Here we go. We can review it next week. Okay, Craig. Voodoo Machine rocks, Dave. We're getting more there. Chris says, just a quick one. We've got a live.
Yeah, the Voodoo Medicine Man is like my favorite song on the album. That's like my vent song. And hearing it on that vinyl, it's like the bass just cuts through. I've never heard the song like that before. Yeah. It was fucking yes. Love that song.
So there's some love for more Aerosmith there. Chris, though, says from Fading Out, just a quick note, we've got a live DVD/YouTube release coming out in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out. So there we go. For those that are following Fading Out, there's some news there for you. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that with us. We'll make sure we keep an eye out for that one.
Where's my T-shirt, Chris?
Well, they tracked you down and they still haven't done it. All right, cool. That's interesting. Vinny says, raising a glass to living in a townhouse and sounding like a rocket as you cut farts up the stairs. The kid in me is alive again. Well done, Vinny. You enjoy that. Well, Cat's gone. Looking forward to that. Chris was the best night. Horns up to you guys every week. Thank you, Cat, for the comments. Hopefully this week's been a distraction for you as well. And Vinny's gone for those who have just tuned in. You're watching A Current Affair with Belle. Oh, my God.
Dark, evil, and depressing. Fucking serial killers in jail and shit.
Belle, you should watch Bailey Sarian on YouTube. You and Jody will get along like a house on fire over that alone. But anyway.
Is that more serial killer shit? Like real life?
It's
I love horror movies, but fucking real life stuff. I don't know about
it. I know that I did an album full of them, but you know.
Yeah, you did. Michael said townhouse or madhouse, Vinny. So there we go. And and Craig's gone. See you next Thursday, everyone. Thanks.
Clever.
All righty. That'll do it. Thank you all for that. That was a lot of fun. Thank you to Jeff, to Belle, to Dave, all on the screen here with me tonight. Thank you so much for jumping in, having a lot of fun. It's always a good time. It's getting the pumpkin o'clock, so let's get out of here. And just want to say a big thank you for everyone tuning in. Thanks to the new people that have jumped in, and hopefully everyone's enjoyed the show tonight. And we'll see you all again. Same time and place. Yes, like, subscribe, all your stuff. But we'll see you again, same time and place next week for another live stream with a whole lot more nonsense. And we'll see if we can get one show off without a whole bunch of technical mishaps in the background, but I'm not holding my breath because
I'll have my sticky tape ready.
We'll upgrade you from sticky tape to blue tape.
If we do, that's going to be my raise a glass at the end.
That'll be a raise a glass.
Yeah. Well, it worked tonight, so raise a glass to sticky tape.
Yes, well, there we go. Raise a glass, sticky tape. There we go. On that note, we'll see you all again very, very soon. Until next time, same time and place next week. Thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you to you guys, to Jeff, to Belle, to Dave. It's been an awesome night again. Looking forward to next week already. I'm Andrew. Same time, place next week. We'll see you then. Until then, as always, drink up. Rock on, folks. Catch you soon.
Cheers.